What is going on, everybody? Joining me as well on the mic is the one and only Tabmock99. Dude, what is going on? How you doing?
Hey, thank you so much for having me on. Dude,
Dude,
this is great that you're doing this. I mean, Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat 11?
and
Finally.
we're gonna show all the viewers everything they want to see about Shang Tsung. So spoilers,
Wait a minute. Some of these viewers may want to see a little bit too much, if you know what I mean.
sure. Well, spoiler alert for everybody else. You've been warned. We're gonna show everybody what they want to see. So, spoiler alert right now. We're just gonna put that disclaimer on the stream because I think there's a good chance that we're gonna see everything, right?
Oh, man. I think I'm so excited because I haven't seen this before. We are going to see it together for the first time.
Yeah. Well, I'll already admit I've already seen everything. I already dived into it, but it is pretty
Oh, you little
awesome.
son of a...
Yeah. Yeah, it's the first thing I did when I came home. So, we'll go into customize, and we'll take a look at the characters here.
Oh, this is going to be juicy. I can't wait to see what customizable options we've got for Shang Tsung here.
Yeah, there's some pretty crazy things. As you can see, I've got his movie jacket completely ready to rock and roll. So let's dive in. We're going to create a variation with the help of the viewers as well today. So they're going to be creating my variation for Shang Tsung. So that's exciting, right?
Dude, who is this? Who
So,
is this? Scary freaking Tagawa. That's who it is.
that is the Carrie Tagawa. I've actually got 2 sets of headphones on right now because we were in such a hurry to do this. Like, this was so by the seat of our pants, dude. You're such a
Two is
trooper.
better than one.
It is, and I wanted to do this with you. I had to have you, so I felt bad doing it without you. So we're gonna dive right in here, guys, and let's take a look.
Okay.
So first of all, I've got him completely decked out like his movie version, which is super awesome. And I'll just switch scenes here so we can dive on in and take a closer look at Shang Tsung. And there you go. So first of all, we'll let you guys pick the abilities. So I'm going to just take these out. And we'll let you guys select those in a second. But this is Shang Tsung. He's got tons of cool stuff. So again, whatever everybody wants to see, we'll dive into it. But first, I'm gonna let everybody pick my abilities. Actually, we'll do that right now, and then we'll play a couple matches, and then we'll dive into this. So there's Inferno Skull, Screaming Soul, Ground Eruption. You guys can see all this here. Force Lift, which allows him to turn into Ermac. Inferno Barrier. So that puts up flames behind the opponent. There's Soul Well, which is super awesome. There's Explosive Corpses. That's actually something that's fun to do to people. Scatter Souls.
Wait a minute. Why don't you explain that? How does how does the explosive corpses work?
Okay, so it basically modifies Corpse Drop, which is a special move he already has where it drops the corpse from the sky. But Explosive Corpses allows you to basically amplify that, which means the corpse explodes underneath their feet, sends them high into the air. It's a good launcher. So there's that option as well. Scatter Souls I haven't used yet, but it replaces Corpse Drop and unleashes a point-blank explosion of soul energy. There's Shake, which allows you to turn into
I
smoke.
think, honestly, if I was getting a vote in this, I would put that one on, especially because you haven't seen it yet.
Oh, Scatter Souls?
Yeah.
All right, we'll put that in there. That takes up 1 slot. We've got Shake. It allows
But the viewers can override me, you know? I mean, if you guys want to see something different, you can vote.
Yep.
You can overrule me.
You can. There's Shake, which turns him into smoke and does that parry. There's Slide, which turns him into Reptile and does Reptile's infamous slide. There's the Super Kick, which allows him to turn into Rain. I feel like the viewers are probably going to vote for that one. Soul Swap, which allows him to switch places with the opponent on the screen, which is actually pretty cool. Vile Sorcery, which adds Malignant Sorcery and Vile Inscription special moves. You can curse the opponent, reducing damage they deal and increase damage they take, respectively. So there you have it. Inferno Skull basically lets you amplify Fire Skull twice, which is, again, another standard move. It's his projectile skull. So it is up to you guys on which variation we go with. Tabmok picks Scattered Souls. We have Soul Swap. We have Rain, Reptile, Smoke, and Ermac, if you guys want any of those variations in there. And then we're going to take him online and play a couple matches, and then I'll show you guys the costumes and all that cool stuff. So whatever you guys want to see, just type it in the chat. And Tabmok, I'm actually not watching the YouTube chat, though I think it'll come through here if they do type in here, maybe.
I've been watching the YouTube. Yeah, I'm on the YouTubes, no problem.
Cool.
Ryu Kang wants to do a soul swap, and Mike Eversley wants to do an Inferno barrier. So I think those are the other two moves we can drop in.
Okay, and that fills us up. So sounds good. All right, so the soul swap is kind of like a glorified teleport. I'm super excited about that. So that is what we've got. Like I said, we'll show the cosmetics and everything else off a little bit later. I just want to get you guys in here to watch some gameplay.
Absolutely. Now, before we do have a question from Dino20118. He says, when will Shang Tsung be out today in the UK?
Depends on your time zone. So as soon as it turns to the 18th, he should be available.
Well, I think it's already the 18th there. They're like 5 hours ahead of me, so...
Well, then he'd have to...
It should be 2 a.m. over there.
He should be able to go into the actual physical Xbox store. You can't go to the RT store. You have to actually go to your Xbox home, go to the store, search for Kombat Pack, and then you can install it through that. So...
okay. Well, there you go, buddy. Give it a shot. Let us know how it goes.
Yep. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to, and I'll just walk them through. You're going to go home. You're going to go to Microsoft Store. You're going to search for Kombat Pack, and then you'll see Kombat Pack pop up if you do, in fact, have it, and then you would just click Install. Mine says Manage because I've already got it installed, but you'd click that, and then you're good to go, and then you got it. So that's pretty much the gist of it. What's up, Albanian Andy? So, yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing here. We're going to take this online. I'm going to try not to suck. Everybody knows that I main Johnny, and I've only gotten a little bit of time with Shang Tsung. But we're going to take this very... Actually, you know what? I did forget one thing that we just need to do.
What's that?
I am going to call this... What variation should we name this?
Can we call him Shapeshitter?
Shapeshitter?
Will it let you do that? Make it look like you meant to say Shapeshifter and it was an accidental typo? Can we say that?
Probably not. I'm gonna say that's probably a no. Let's see. Should we do MKO viewers?
Oh, you want to just do MK Online? That'd be cool.
Yeah, I guess that would be cool, right? Because that's all of our viewers, right?
MK Online. Yeah, awesome.
You know what? We could just do MKO. Well, yeah, let's do MK Online. That's fine. Makes sense. So we got Oh, wait.
I got some suggestions here. Your Kombat Pack is mine.
Ha! Nice. Your Kombat Pack is mine. That might be a little too long.
Yeah. Soul Food. I like Soul Food. Everybody likes Soul Food, right?
Yeah. But we'll go with MK Online.
Literally. Okay, MK Online it is.
Because, I feel like that represents our viewers. So, we'll rock and roll this thing. Okay, so we're going to go into just standard verses so we can select our custom variation here. And I'm going to try not to do terrible. But it's always fun when I play people because they're like, what the fuck? Like, how did you get Shang Tsung? So, it's always a surprise because no one knows what to do.
But we are an international website.
We are.
So you're making it MKO online? Okay, you fixed it. Yeah.
I fixed it.
That's cool. That's cool. Sorry, I was seeing it on a little bit of a delay, everybody.
Oh, I'm playing against Aaron Black.
Dino wants to know about the Steam release time in the UK. Steam last time when I installed the game on Steam, they didn't let me do it until like noon.
Yeah, it might be
it was like
12
hours. It was like 12 hours after all the consoles. So
yeah.
Steam is probably going to be on a slight delay there, Dino.
Yeah.
If you get mad about that, I don't blame you. I've heard that a lot of PC users get steamed.
Oh, tried to use that inferno wall there. And keep in mind, I'm not the greatest with Shang Tsung, but I did learn a couple combos here.
Yeah. No, just kick some ass for me, man. That's all I can ask you to do.
I'll try. He's got a really nice low here, too, that just... Ooh, nice crushing blow. Oh, he's got... He already used his fatal blow.
Dude, you're really good, man. You're really making MK Online look good here. Thank you.
I'm trying. I'm not the best player in the world. Let's see if I can't... Ooh, crushing blow. Oh, he got me.
Darn it.
It's Aaron Black, man. He's like one of the strongest characters in the entire game. So
That was really close, though. Plus, he used his crushing blow, so maybe you'll get him in round 2.
Ooh. That's such a brutal throw.
Now, if you can help it, Fatal Cade, I would strongly recommend that you try your best to allow the dialogue scenes to
oh yeah, play out. Absolutely.
Yeah. If the other player skips it, nothing you can do.
Right. There we go. I'm just gonna zone his.
Cheese him out. Cheese him out, man.
Cheese him out. That's zoning. That's a real pro tactic. Foxy Grandpa, I think he calls it playing lame. But Shang does have a really great amount of combos here. He can combo you from afar too, which is really nice. He's got a lot of really nice tools here too.
So Dino has a question.
Absolutely.
Can Shang Tsung raise fireballs up from the ground the way he could in MK3? Is that one of the options?
Yes. There we go. Yes, he can. That's one of his variation options. You have to select it.
Well, great job on that victory, man.
Thank you. Yeah, this fatality is so brutal.
So you've memorized his fatalities already?
I've memorized this one. I haven't looked up his other one yet, because it's still showing up as locked.
Oh, okay.
But if our viewers want to Google it and tell me the input, that would be great, because I am playing on Xbox. So
right.
If they can figure out the inputs for maybe E3, somebody's got that on there. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great idea. If anybody out there can figure it out for us.
Oh, he skipped it.
Drat.
Ooh.
Man, I hope some cosplayer can hook us up with one of those Shang Tsung jackets for real. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, yeah.
I want to give a shout out to a lot of people in the YouTube. It's there's a lot of people I need to give shout outs to. I just want to give a shout out to Rocky Tupana, who used to be One Hitter Joe, Jake Smith, Jolly, Don Vito, Prism Skull, the Kang Bango 5, Kareem Gurel, Big J21. If there's anybody I missed, I apologize. I'm trying my best to keep up. But welcome to the stream, guys. Enjoy Shang Tsung. Fatal Cade is a great sorcerer. He's a very powerful sorcerer. He's able to unlock Shang Tsung early somehow. He's absolutely amazing.
Oh. Yeah, he is pretty great. I enjoy playing as him. He's definitely a lot harder to learn than Johnny Cage. His combos are a lot harder to pull off. They require very, very specific timing. Oh, nice. So he's gonna get me here.
Darn it. I wanted you to win.
I know.
I just want you to win 100% of the time. Is that too much to ask?
Probably. Oh, nice.
Fatality.
It looks like, yeah, somebody said in the select screen his pose looks like the MK3 versus pose.
Yeah, man, such great classic nods to that stuff, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
It really is like this game really makes you nostalgic. They hit up the nostalgia factor. They really cranked it up to 11 for this game.
Oh, yeah.
See what I did there? But especially, I mean, not just the classic games, but also the movies too. Like just everything. This is perfect for the old school MK fans, especially if they checked out for the last couple games. MK11 is the one to bring them back in.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we both did a kind of a joint review, you and I, of this game, and I think it's the best one in the series to date.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many incredible things about this game. Gaming's really changed a lot, though, and it's so just, you know, for reasons that go beyond Mortal Kombat and NetherRealm, just the industry and the way gaming works has changed so much that it can be a little off-putting for some of the older people, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's people who love the Deception callbacks. That's what Jolly just said in the chat. Yeah, like, even the old timeline stuff, you know? Like Johnny Cage wearing a jacket, like that just makes me nostalgic for MK2. In fact, I'm looking at my MK2 Johnny Cage jacket right now.
Yeah.
It's a little different, but I knew what they were doing a callback to, and you could tell. Just stuff like that. Like they do a callback for, I feel like, every single generation, you know?
Oh, yeah. Oh, he got a fatal blow off. Well, I'm forcing him to use his fatal blows in the first round anyway.
Yeah, I guess you could say that really blows for him, huh?
Yeah. There we go. Got him on the first round.
Oh, man, even when he uses up his fatal blow, you still get him anyway.
Yeah, that
Feels good, man.
That feels bad for him, I'm sure, because he just wasted that. And now he doesn't get it
Yeah.
back.
So people are asking about different stuff and if we'll see it back. So let me just hit you up with some of this stuff if you want to chat too while you're playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Since you're doing so well, I think you can multitask. Do you think we'll ever see things like friendships or babalities?
In MK11?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they'd eventually add him in. But I don't know. I mean, NetherRealm's known to throw curveballs at everybody, so maybe.
What about somebody like Onaga? You think he'll ever return?
He could. I mean, there is a nod to the Dragon King in Shang Tsung's outfits, so I don't think he will. But you never know. Maybe.
That's true. You know, there's also a nod to him in one of the intro dialogues between, I want to say between Raiden and Kitana. Yeah, Raiden and Kitana. They say that Shao Kahn absorbed Onaga's power, and she's like, I don't fear the Dragon King.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh. Let's see here. Ooh. Alright, here we go. I'll try to go for a brutality. I'm not sure exactly how it works, because, you know, like, in the brutality listing, they're kind of vague about how all of it, how it kind of works, but I'll go for it. I'll see if I can do it.
Oh, also, the Kangbang 05 just reminded me, Cetrion is having a little conversation with Liu Kang in one of the intros about how Liu Kang's like, "Oh, I don't come from Onaga," and she's like, "Oh, you humans, you're always so sure of everything."
Yeah.
It's like, oh, are they implying that he might partially be descended from Onaga? That would be interesting.
That would be pretty cool. You never know, maybe.
Round 2, fight.
So people are asking where they can follow you, Fatal Cade, besides your Twitter.
This is pretty much it. Twitch or Twitter.
Those are your favorite hangouts.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only place I hang out. Ooh. Aaron Black, you're such a jerk.
Oh man, people are right. I remember that Mango just said also, oh, Onaga shows up briefly in Kung Lao's ending. Like, that's true.
That is true.
That's true. Show them. It's like they never forget the old stuff, you know? They just keep building and building and building. Even when you think they forgot, they didn't.
That's true.
People at NetherRealm, even the new hires, they do their research. They go back to that stuff. Not to mention, you've got all the old school members still on the team.
Yep. Oh. Uh-oh.
So hang in there, man. You got this.
Ooh, there.
Yeah, don't let up. Don't let up on them.
Oh.
You know, Liu Kang makes a good point. He says that Liu Kang in his muscle shirt and vest in this game kind of is reminiscent of the way Robin Shu looked when he played him in the movie.
Kind of.
Mercy.
I'm gonna try for this brutality. Nope. It didn't quite work.
I can't believe you even showed him a mercy. I really can't. You really wanted to stick it to him, or are you really that desperate to do a brutality?
I thought the brutality might require mercy to do, but
Or let me ask you another way. Are you that eager to die?
I'm not the one who died. Technically, I mean, you know, I took that line and spinned it a little bit, but you know.
Perfect. No, it was perfect. There's nobody else who can chat Mortal Kombat with me like you can, man.
I don't know, man. When we get some other people on here, they're pretty good. Like Survive Combatants, Total MK, Outworld. Those guys are all, you know, pretty good.
You're right. There you go. They're all top tier.
Yeah.
Kenshi's Sento Blade says, "Did you notice me? Yes, I do. I do notice you. I'm not always good at responding to 100% of the people 100% of the time, but I do notice."
So Aim Dopeness says, "Is all the gear and skins unlocked already?" That is a no.
Shang Tsung.
You have to unlock them.
Scorpion.
Yeah, he wanted to know if you unlocked them.
No.
There's no way. You can't do it all in a single day.
Right.
Monty Shah has walked into the Twitch chat saying, "Hi, I'm Shang Tsung," and he morphs into Sub-Zero.
I like it. I like it. Cool, dude. Yeah, we're jamming right now. We're having some fun and giving you guys a breakdown. We're gonna go and this will be our last match with this variation. Then we'll take a look at the costume options after we're done playing this guy for a game or two, and then we'll maybe change up the variations as well here.
So Mike Eversley, I guess he skipped the dialogue, huh?
He did, yeah. Or maybe
Yeah.
I did. I don't know.
Well, if so, you better watch it, man.
No.
But Mike Eversley just made an interesting comment. He said that the zombies that Shang Tsung summons in this fatality
Yeah.
are kind of reminiscent of the zombies that showed up in MK Shaolin Monks. What do you think about that?
I kind of have to agree.
I mean, some people are just tempted to say a zombie's a zombie, you know?
That is
But I think the look and the way they look, the style, it is very similar to MK Shaolin Monks. I almost want to do a side-by-side so we can really sit there and pay attention in some detail. Maybe that's something we can look at later.
Yeah.
Jolly says, you guys should have a degree for your knowledge of Mortal Kombat.
We really should. I agree with them. That should be a thing.
Dude, alright, so let me ask you this. Did you ever talk about Mortal Kombat when you went to college in any of your like assignments or anything?
No. Surprisingly,
Okay.
but I did play MK religiously with all the
Maybe
guys
I'm
I
the
went to
only
school
one.
with.
Maybe it was just me then. Okay.
We would throw down me and my buddy Nate actually from college. I haven't seen him in forever, but we would go and play MK Trilogy on his PlayStation religiously, which gives away my age, right? Because
Yep.
PlayStation 1 we're talking about here.
That's true. Big Nick says those Mortal Kombat Deception and Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks arcade cabinets are awesome. And dude, I just shared something with you. I shared something on Twitter the other day, but I know you saw it because you liked it and maybe even retweeted it.
Yeah.
There's this old classic game on DOS called like SF Ninja. It's like a Street Fighter Mortal Kombat crossover. And they have an arcade background. It's called Outworld Arcade. And it just reminds me of this because it's like red and it's built on Shang Tsung's throne room from the first game. But they've got like the arcade cabinets in there. Like, yeah, it's crazy to think that this is an official background now. It almost looks like a callback to that obscure fan game for some reason to me.
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it?
I mean, you saw it. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people in the chat might be like, wait, what? I never saw that. But I could pull it up, maybe. All right, you know what? I can't help myself. I am going to pull it up.
All right, let's see if I can get back in this one here. It's
You got this.
It's so fun to watch people play against me though, because they don't really know what to do. They're like, "Wait, what do I, like, you know, what do I do here? What is this guy gonna throw at me?" I'll see if we can see the intro here. Oh no, he skipped it.
Fight.
Darn it. Nobody has any interest in an intro for a brand new character? Okay. All right, so let me get caught up on this chat here. I'm seeing a lot of questions here. Is it possible to adjust the skin colors in the future, like the Soul Calibur series? I kind of don't see that one coming. Do you?
No, I don't.
Yeah, maybe in MK12. I don't think they'll do that for MK11.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's see. Do you like MKX, MK11, or MK9? I think MK9 was really good. MKX, it was kind of a step down for me in some way, and then MK11 kind of brings it back. But not everybody agrees. I know everybody else. There's a lot of people who will see it a little bit differently, but that's where I'm at with it, at least as of right now.
Oh yeah.
All old man Shang Tsung costumes are locked from the beginning.
They are.
So, did you unlock them?
No, I have not.
Well, maybe we can show them all on stream. You can kind of preview them, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we'll do that at some point. Is Kenshi's blindfold in the Conquest canon? As in how it works? Oh, the way it works in the crypt. What do you think? I think that's canon. Sorry,
Yeah.
you're busy kicking ass over there, aren't
Sorry,
you?
yeah. I think it could be canon for sure.
I mean, it's guided by the souls of his ancestors, and it allows him to kind of, since he doesn't have eyesight directly, it allows him to sort of.
We're going for Fatal Blow, by the way, guys. Oh, I got blown up.
Damn it. Well, he can kind of compensate for his lack of eyesight with it. So yeah, I'd say that's exactly how it works. The crypt got it right.
Yeah.
The corpses he drops uses the same model from the crypt corpses, Don Vito says. Oh, I thought the ones in the gameplay were like a little bit higher detail, but I don't know. What do you think? You know the ones that you have to like impale in the heart and stuff like that in the crypt?
Yeah.
And you get like, I don't know, 1 heart or something like that every time you impale one?
Right, yeah. And you like rip them apart?
Yes. You think those are the same as what Shang Tsung uses here? You think those are different models?
I think they're different.
again, it's something we'll have to do a side by side and really take a close look at.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely will. Can we see a Kentaro fatality, please? Yeah, we could probably swing that. Let me see if I can find it.
What do you think of Spawn being confirmed for MK11? You think?
I think that's awesome, actually.
Yeah, I was a fan of I was never really a fan of the Spawn comics, but I definitely watched the movie and I saw the animated series when I was younger. Spawn's cool, you know, and he was in Soul Calibur, so he's kind of got that fighting game experience already.
Yeah.
Guests aren't always everybody's favorites, but Spawn has been rumored and pushed for so long, I think they kind of had to do it. There would seem to be a big push from the fan community about Spawn and MK11, even when it seemed preposterous. You remember those days?
I do.
It seemed like such a long shot, and, you know, here we are. So I think that's, even though guests aren't always the best, you know, I think they're going to happen. I think they're sort of inevitable, like as inevitable as Thanos is.
Right.
And it's just one of those things where, out of all the guests they could have done, Spawn was the one the community wanted the most, so they're listening. NetherRealm's listening. I think that's a good thing.
I do too.
My only gripe with Shang Tsung in this game is the exposed old man skins. Shouldn't he look a little more on the decrepit side there?
I don't know. You can be pretty old and take care of yourself.
Yeah. Well, you know, Sindel's going to come out in a few days too, I think. So we'll have to see how she looks in her old form. Ryu Kang says, I think Spawn suits Mortal Kombat well. Plus, his movie was from New Line, who also did the MK movies. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, there's already kind of a connection there. And in fact, I think if you watch the Spawn movie, there is a clip of some of the people in there watching the Mortal Kombat movie. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I believe there is.
Yeah, I should go back and watch the Spawn movie again and really pay attention for that scene. Dino, I don't think anybody knows what the Kentaro fatality input is. Correct me if I'm wrong. If somebody out there has the Kentaro input, I'd like to see it, but I don't know if there's a working one.
Yeah,
it's been pushed.
We're gonna task you guys to figure out if you can find that.
Oh, Ryu Kang's right. That was Blade where that happens. Thank you, buddy. I was getting Spawn mixed up with Blade.
Nice.
Yeah, and Freysol said the same thing.
Let me see if I can go to my special moves real quick. I just want to see something. Okay. Took some damage there.
That's awesome.
We're going to try the scatter souls that you picked, Tabnock.
Kenshi Sento Blade is asking me which MK character would drive a GT by Citroen Concept 08. And I googled that car. What do you think? Johnny Cage?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest,
maybe Cassie.
Just go play MK. Yeah, maybe. Go play MK Armageddon's Conquest mode. Not Conquest mode. Motor Combat. Go play MK Armageddon's Motor Combat and see who has a car that looks like that one.
Yeah.
Would be Johnny Cage.
Ooh.
The corpses have a black hood over their head. Oh yeah, true.
Oh, he got me there. Thought I had him there.
King Bank says, I thought Spawn would have been in Injustice 2, considering the crossovers he had with Batman in the 90s. Yeah, I remember those. I read those. It's a good point. Ryu Kang says, in Canada, there's a triple pack that has Mortal Kombat, Spawn, and Blade. Oh, interesting.
Oh, nice.
Finish him. Brutality. Cabal wins.
Oh, nice. Cool, cool. All right, we're gonna go change it up. We're gonna show you guys some everything now in the character costumes. We got some good matches in, and now we show you everything. So here we go. I don't know. Are they ready for this?
Oh yeah, they were ready for this.
All right. So we're going to start with cosmetics so you guys can see all of the crazy outfits here. This is obviously the one you start with. And I'm just going to do this here so you guys can see. He looks pretty awesome. And we'll just change the costumes up so you can see the different colors.
Oh, and Lone Wolf is going to try and share what he thinks might be the input for the Kintaro fatality.
Awesome.
So yeah, I love these variations, dude. These are sick. Don't rush through them too fast. Leave them on the screen for a little bit. Let's really soak them in. These are freaking amazing to look at.
Yeah, these are pretty cool. Yeah, they're definitely awesome. We'll just rotate the characters so everybody can see them here. And, you know, of course, you've got, like, the palette swaps and stuff, but it still looks cool. You know, his red outfit kind of reminds me, like, some of his red outfits remind me of the Deadly Alliance version of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And also, remember that even his jacket in the movie had splotches of red on it, too.
That's true. This costume, this really kind of reminds me of his Ultimate MK3 outfit, just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, the black and yellow.
But he's got some really nice stuff here.
Dude, wouldn't it be cool if he could wear the beanie like he wore in MK2?
Yeah.
Like every time we go, when we see Philip on over at like Combat Con or C2E2 or anything like that, I always think of him in that hat, you know?
Oh, yeah. But yeah, he's got some nice color variations here. He looks super awesome.
Dude, he just looks, all these costumes are great. I can't believe how much freaking work NetherRealm puts into their games just to do stuff like this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not easy to do. You remember when people used to say, oh, NetherRealm is so lazy, or Midway is so lazy?
Yeah.
I don't think it makes sense. I don't think that makes sense. I don't hear anybody saying that anymore. This is great. This is a great combination right there.
Oh, I agree. So we're just kind of showing off everything here, going through each costume, giving you the rotational treatment here. Man, they really knocked this out of the park, didn't they? I mean, these are awesome. I really like the solid green one, too.
Yeah, for sure. And someone's saying these outfits are kind of lazy, just alternating the colors for them. No, I don't think so, man. I think these are great.
I think they're pretty awesome. Like, I like the fact that, you know, he looks older here. And, again, the open vest kind of reminds me of maybe the Mortal Kombat Conquest version of him.
Yeah, good point.
Like an older version.
Remember, even on MK Conquest, they had him as old man Shang Tsung for one episode.
Yeah. And you can see he's got, like, scars on his chest. I mean, it's crazy cool.
Mike Eversley says he wishes they would have given us a David Lopan skin from Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, that would be cool. You never know. They might add that on later, too. You know?
Yeah, that's true. With DLC, they could always drop new skins anytime they feel like it.
That's true.
That would be quite a nod. But they do nods like that sometimes, you know.
Yeah, they do. And that's it. That's pretty much. I believe that's all of his skins. Let me close photo mode. Oh no, it's not. Okay. All right. He's got some pretty cool skins here, guys. I really dig some of these skins. This one really reminds me of like an older version of him from Deadly Alliance, you know?
Yeah, I see it.
But I think maybe this is, yeah, that's the end of his skins there. So you guys can see he's got like some super cool outfits and some gear that we'll get into as well here. So here's all of the gear. Get prepare to see all of his arm guards. You can change his arm guards, his scrolls, or his soul capsules, if you will, that he has on his side. So that's what you can customize here. But this is kind of what he starts out with. They look pretty awesome. There's a whole different variation. Like, that's from the movie. So that's why I have that one equipped. They've got this. They got some pretty cool looking arm guards here. Just all really cool stuff. Oh, cool. Look at Lone Wolf
That's the
Productions.
Onaga reference you were telling us about. Bracers of Onaga's Might. It has like dragon
That's
scales on.
one of them. There's a few, which makes me go, You'll see. Eventually, we'll get to it. I like this one, though, because this is like the snakes, which is pretty cool. It's got like the snake heads on. I can't wait to unlock some of these.
Kind of reminds me of his animality from MK3, you know, where he was a cobra.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was definitely a nod, like a callback to his MK3 animality for sure. Like, these callbacks are just intense, and a lot of people playing the game, they might not know all the details of the older games like we do, but we can see what they're doing, and we can appreciate it just a little bit more, you know?
Oh, yeah. Like, these callbacks.
There it is again. More, yeah. When you went to Stealer of Himalka's Soul, they have, like, the cobras on again. Like, I see exactly what they're going for.
Yeah, they're totally going for the Cobra look there.
Blade Galewind has a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do the skins affect things like how his morphs look?
No. They do not. Nice. There's some pretty cool arm guards in here, though.
So Shadow wants to know: are all the combat pack characters out, or is it just Shang Tsung? And I believe it's just Shang Tsung.
It's just Shang Tsung. They do have the classic skins available for the ninjas as well, which I'll be happy to show you guys those too. But here's the scrolls. Here's the different scrolls you can equip, which are pretty cool. Again, this one kind of reminded me of the scroll from the movie Tab Mach 99. It might take you a second here to catch up. But it's the third one, and it's called Brownback Dragon Spells, which is obviously a throwback to good old Stephanie.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And,
you know that totally looks like in the movie. I mean, I definitely see it. This
Mhm.
I can't wait for the cosplayers to start making this stuff for real.
Yep. You know, like, I'm just looking at these scroll designs, and I'm just thinking, like, man, oh man, you know, Justin Collin would go crazy 3D printing some of this. But I love the look of the scrolls. They're super cool.
Yeah, every single one of these is pretty awesome. Wait a minute, can we go back to Shao Kahn's Darkest Magic?
Yes, there it is.
Freaking amazing.
Yep.
Oh, Lone Wolf wants me to tell you the movement for the Kentaro Fatality. He found it.
Yeah, I saw. It's a back forward back B.
Good deal.
Yep. So shout out to the Lone Wolf for figuring that out, and we'll be able to see that soon enough.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
He might have to remind me, though.
I will. I have it saved in another window. As soon as he gave it to me, I took a note and I put it in a notepad.
Awesome. So here's another throwback to a Naga. Naga's
Astra.
cryptic magic.
There's an
Divine,
Ashra one too, which is
yeah.
crazy.
Divine words of Ashra.
Yeah.
There's some pretty cool stuff in here. Like, just fantastic art being done for these. Wards of the High Vogel. I want to unlock that one.
Oh, wait a minute. Kareem Gurel just says, "What does the writing on the paper mean?"
That's a good question. If you want to screenshot this, Tabmock, and then see if you can figure it out.
Let me see if I can open up Google Translate app. 1 second.
Sure.
Let's change this to Chinese. Put it on camera. Let me make this full screen for a second. I don't know if this will work or not.
We can try it. Yeah, it shouldn't take much time to figure who that refers to.
Vogel.
That's why I want to unlock it.
You know what? I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to make a screenshot of this and maybe like redraw it and print it out. But I will find out what that scroll means for you, buddy.
Absolutely.
I will figure it out, Kareem. That's stuff. I did it too with something else that was in the MK11 crypt. I actually rewrote one of the flags and ran it through the Google Translate app so I could figure it out.
Yep. And that's all the scrolls there. Shout out to Dino20118. Quick question. Do you have to unlock fatalities in order to do them? No. If you know the inputs, you can do them. So this is where it gets interesting, right? Because these are his soul chambers. So you'll see that he's got the Lin Kuei essence. He's got...
Man, look at that.
Just so many cool things. And these little guys are super cool. Essence of Combatants Past. Last Remnants of Sea Realm. Here you go, Tabmock99. What's Sea Realm?
Have you ever seen Kevin Costner's Waterworld?
I was actually thinking maybe that's what do they call it? Atlantic.
Oh, Atlantis.
Atlantis, yeah. Maybe that's the remnants of Atlantis's greatest
The
fighters.
MK lore just gets so much bigger and more expansive the more you get into it.
Yep. Food of the Soul Eater. Swiped Shirai Ryu spirits.
Oh boy.
There's Scorpion's family and clan in there. Interesting. Yeah, it's super cool, some of the stuff in here. Condensed Edenian spirits. So that's probably where he's pulling rain from, right?
That's gotta be it. That would explain why he can pull all these souls
Oh, yeah.
out on a whim. And it explains it canonically. You know, the canonical explanation is right there.
It is. And there's Shang Tsung's lifeblood. There's a vessel of glowing souls, phial of spirit sustenance. There is the extract of eternal vitality. We have the life force carafe. I think that's how you say it. Soul blood of the Seacrests. Purloined chitin spirits.
Take that, Kaitin.
Bunch of bug souls in there. Ermac in a bottle. Ermac is in there. Ermac in a bottle.
When he challenges Ermac, instead of saying your soul is mine, he should really say your souls are mine.
Right.
He's got to respect his pronouns.
Yep. Vital Spark of Veternus. Flagon
That's
of...
the vampire. Veternus is the vampire realm.
Yep, and Flagon of Oni Spirit. See, now as we get down here, I'm just going to tell you, Tabmock99, because you haven't. This is your first time seeing this stuff, right? So
yeah, I need to translate one too and see what it says. That's another thing I need to run on Google Translate.
Yeah, and here's the kicker, dude. Like, I've already scrolled down here. As I continue to scroll down, you might lose your mind over what some of these are called.
Oh boy.
Harvested Demon Souls. Soul Breath of the Dragon King. That is the Dragon King's soul.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh wow.
That's why I don't know if the Dragon King's gonna come back. This one will blow your mind. Distilled Spirit of Jared. That's Katana's dad. He's got
We
Katana's
thought that
dad.
we thought he was absorbed into Ermac, but look at this. He can separate him and pull him out separately anytime he wants.
Yep. Sorcerer's Invigorator. Overpowered Spirit Flask. Penrod's Phial of the Damned. Aged Earthrealm Souls. This one's going to blow your mind because is that the Joker? Is that the Joker's face?
I'm
I mean, it's
gonna go ahead and say
Aged
Well, aged.
Earthrealm. Earthrealm. And we're talking the Joker.
the ears have earrings.
Well, that's
it's-
that's not an earring. That's like part of the skull that it's on.
I get that too.
And you got to keep in mind the Joker always stretches his face out, and he's kind of like stapled back on his face, and that kind of looks like it. I mean, this looks like it's the Joker, guys.
There are some similarities for sure. And you know what? Shang Tsung already has a connection to the Joker too, because remember in Mortal Kombat 9 when he does his clown fatality, that was actually the Jokers from MK versus DC.
Yeah.
So a Shang Tsung Joker connection, we've already got precedent for that.
We do, and then right underneath it is Quan Chi's Quintessence. So this
What?
he's got the soul of Quan Chi.
Wow.
And that's it. That's everything. That's all of Shang Tsung's gear. We've seen his cosmetics. Let's take a look at his cinematic intros, guys. I know this is what you're hyped about. Some of these are so cool. So I guess we'll just dive right in.
Someone said he has an intro where he starts out as a Cobra too, which is awesome.
Which is this one right here that I'm getting to, yeah. It's a throwback to his MK3 animality. And then we've got his victory poses, which we will take you through. That's super cool.
It really is. These are all so badass. They did a really good job with these.
Yeah, this one, I'll do this one again because this one is from the movie. That's awesome. And then, of course, everyone saw this in the trailer.
Yeah, that one from the movie just reminds me of It Has Begun.
Yeah, he even says it has begun.
Oh, perfect.
Yep, and then Soul Shear. This is the last victory pose.
A lot of these poses are definitely from the movie. And not just one. Several of them.
Yeah. And so we've got his cinematics. Then we've got his fatalities, brutalities. There's no way for us to see these, but final hit must comes from towards throw. Okay.
Dino wants to know if animalities will come back as well. And you were sort of discussing that on the last Fatal Friday.
We were. I think there's a chance we might see them come back because after Mercy, there's animalities. Feel like they might up the envelope. We've seen a lot of animal references in this game. So, I don't know. It would make you think from a classic player perspective that they could return, maybe. I mean, what's your take?
Man, I just see Kotal Khan and the whole Jaguar thing. Now I see Shang Tsung and the Cobra one. They obviously remembered about Sub-Zero and the Polar Bear connection, and Liu Kang's got his Dragon one. Yeah, I don't want to say for sure yes, but they definitely haven't forgotten the animalities. That much is clear.
That's true. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna let these guys pick our next variation here. So what do you guys want? Last time we used a couple other things. I'm gonna clean it all out for you guys here. There's Inferno Skull, Screaming Soul, Ground Eruption, one where he turns to Ermac, does the Force Lift. Got the Inferno Barrier, which we used, Soul Well, which creates a lingering mass of soul energy that can be activated to heal Shang Tsung. Oh, Rain. Okay, we got somebody who's right off the bat. Rain. Okay, we got Rain's super kick. Inferno Skull. So let me find that one. Inferno Skull, which lets us amplify it, and then Ground Eruption. Oh, I can't do both. You're gonna have to pick one where there's no 2 bars. We have to pick one that's 1 bar, guys. There's still Reptile. There's still Smoke available. There's still Ermac. Just waiting on the viewers to select one here. Ermac. Okay. Force lift
Yeah,
is.
Ermac is. It has to be Ermac. I mean, Shang Tsung and Ermac have a deep connection. You know, I think established in MK9 and especially in MKX.
Absolutely.
So the Shang Tsung Ermac connection is stronger than ever. I think he's a good one to choose.
I agree. So we're gonna take this online, dudes, and we're gonna actually. You know what? Yeah, let's take it online. Let's see how we do. Albanian Andy wants to see all the ninjas first. We can definitely do that.
Albanian Andy is a pretty good support for the channels. We should do it.
Yeah, so he wants to see, I think, all the classic ninjas is what he means. So we'll customize.
Kareem Burrell just said there should be Tremor. Oh, I just noticed it too late. Sorry, Kareem.
So you guys want to see the classic outfits, right? So let's go into cosmetics. And we should have right here the classic MK2 gear, which is super cool. We'll go into photo mode for this, so everybody can take a good look at Scorpion here.
Good call, man. That's the kind of stuff that makes this stream top-notch. Giving people the best views possible.
Yep. There's another classic outfit there. That's a pretty cool one. I like this black with the yellow outlining there on the classic outfit. That looks super cool.
Abso-freaking-lutely does. In fact, not a whole lot of people know this, but that was a skin that was in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance in the E3 build, and they took it out of the final build.
Yeah. Well, that skin wasn't.
No, the black
mask.
one.
Well, no, the black... Are you sure it was this one? Because I don't think the classic ones were in there when I went to...
I saw it. Yeah, this one. That's it. That's it. So this black skin with the yellow one, that is almost exactly like something Scorpion would wear in the E3 build of Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. If both players picked Scorpion, the second one, if it was a mirror match, the second one wore that.
Okay.
It's like super rare. It's like super rare. You'd have to have been at E3 in order to know that.
Okay.
But yeah, that's one of those things, man. That's a great callback that very few people would ever pick up on.
Yeah. So these are really, really neat, and I love it. He's got this one with the red accents, which is super cool. And then I like this white and yellow one too. Like, all these are so cool. But this one's definitely his OG outfit for sure. And of course, with that comes the gear, right? So you can go with, let's see, he should have his MK2 mask. Gosh, I've unlocked almost every single mask you can get for Scorpion.
Well, for the ninjas, yeah, you have to.
There we go.
You have to. We know people who 3D print these masks, and they can basically just produce any one for you on a whim.
Oh, yeah. So there's some cool stuff in here, like, I like this mask. This is his MK2 mask. Now this one's available. And Path of Fire. Like, how cool is that one? That's just super cool.
Now, I think the Face of Heated Anger is the one from MK Legacy. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
But yeah, that one that you were looking at earlier was just so cool. They think of so many creative skins and designs for the characters, and that's one of the things I love about the customization. Like, some of these just look so badass when you assemble them together like that.
Oh, yeah.
His skin is called Sub-Zero's Guardian. Yeah, it makes sense, man. Scorpion was Sub-Zero's Guardian in Mortal Kombat 2. That's canon.
This kind of reminds me of his, I want to say like his Deception rope dart and spear there. Maybe that one.
Yeah. Yes, I promise you, as soon as we are ready for a match, Dino, we are absolutely going to go and show off the Kintaro Fatality. In fact, have we shown off everything that we can do in customizations and gear? Are we ready for gameplay again, or is there a little bit more to show off here?
I mean, we could show off the other characters, like there's Sub-Zero, who's got his classics, and we can kind of breeze through these just so people can see what they are. So there's like the lighter blue, and then there's the darker blue. I think this is kind of a cool throwback to maybe Hydro. They got the darker blue. I really like this black and blue, and then they have the white and blue. I think this is going to be the same across the board for all of them. So we're just gonna we're gonna run through these real quick so everyone sees them. Who's the other ninja? Noob Saibot.
Now listen, I was reading a book about the real life history of ninjas called The Invisible Assassins, and they actually would have a lot of different colors of outfits. Like if they were gonna go to a snowy environment, they would wear white so that they would blend in better. Or if they were going to hang out in the forest, they would kind of wear more green and kind of camouflage themselves to blend in there. So all that stuff of like all the ninjas having different gear with different colors on them, that's reality right there.
Absolutely. And I'm thinking...
That's how the ninjas do things.
Those are the only 3 ninjas, right? Male ninjas. Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Noob Saibot. Just to make sure I'm not losing my mind. Okay, cool. So that's pretty much everything. We're going to take Shang Tsung, take him online for you guys, and we're going to get ready to do... hopefully this Kintaro Fatality, which you said was, what is the input? Forward B?
Yeah, I wrote it down. Let me pull up my paper here. It is back forward, back B.
Back forward, back B, okay.
Yeah, simple enough.
Simple enough.
Shang Tsung.
Yep, it's mid. I know for a fact both his fatalities are mid, so... should have no problem remembering the spacing. We're going to go for the Kintaro Fatality for you, my
People
dude.
are asking about how did you unlock all those skins for Scorpion. I don't even know if you remember what you did. Probably some of that came from the crypt, some of that came from towers.
I'd say most of it came from the crypt, for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then somebody else, the Kang Bang 05 says, does getting the classic ninja pack unlock the Miho Demon Scorpion mask? Because he can't find it in the crypt.
It's not unlocked. You have to get the combat pack for it, yes. It's not available till you get the combat pack. Once you get the combat pack, it shows up, but it's still locked. So you still
and
have
then
to go
what do you do?
hunting.
Then the crypt? Then it's in the crypt?
It should tell you when you select it where it can be found, but I'm pretty sure it said the
okay.
crypt, if I remember correctly.
My darkness is immutable and unkillable.
But is it transferable, Bihan?
Ooh, he called him Bihan. Ooh.
Yeah, I like it when they let the intros play out like that. Will there be a season pass for MK11? What do you think? Will there be a season pass for MK11?
I think eventually.
If there was going to be a season pass, when do you think they would do it? After the combat pack is released?
I would think that's a safe bet.
You think they'll do it before Combat Pack 2?
I would think so. There we go. I love how he just turns into the old ninjas here. Oh. He used his... I don't know if he necessarily needed to use a fatal blow there, but it worked. He got me. But yeah, I would assume there's a season pass for MK11 that'll eventually come out.
Round 2, fight.
Makes sense.
I think you'll get him in the next round. At least I'm hoping. Oh, Big Nick says, I hope the next combat pack has Sector and Cyrax. Man, oh man, that would be cool.
Can't time it right.
Why, how, when says, if you could give Quan Chi a better MK Deception Fatality, what would it look like? You know, I guess at this point, like, trapping people in Shinnok's Amulet would make a good Fatality. Especially if you could make it look like they're resisting and they don't want to get sucked up into the Amulet, and they do.
Right.
that would be awesome. Or better MKDA Fatality. Same thing. Same thing. I know in MK Deadly Alliance he had that next stretch, and he wasn't really in MK Deception. But yeah, I know what you meant. At this point, with Shinnok's Amulet being the way it is, I think using that in a Fatality would be awesome. We haven't seen that yet. We've seen a lot of things with Shinnok's Amulet. We haven't seen a Fatality with it, so that's what I'd like to see from there.
I agree.
Oh, okay. Kareem Gurel says, how many combat packs will there be? What do you think?
I think there's 2 that they talked about. I don't know if there's going to be more than that, but we'll have to wait and see. Ooh, got me here. Ooh. Oh. There we go. I just pulled his own fatal blow on him. That's satisfying. Probably still not going to win this round, but still satisfying.
Well, I just want you to win every single round starting now, okay?
Right.
Thank you.
Round 2, fight.
Ooh. Like I said, I'm still learning Shang, so I'm not nearly... I'm playing against people that have played their characters since release, really.
Yeah, but you know what? I think you'll get better as the night goes on, too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, especially because I see you doing combos and stuff like that with him.
Shang has so many tools, too. Like, it's hard to remember everything he can do. Because he's like, oh, I can do this special move, I can do this special move. He's got just so many doggone special moves. And he's got a load of good combos, too. So, just keep that in mind, guys. I'm trying to remember all of this. When you guys get him tomorrow, you're going to totally be like, oh my god, he wasn't kidding. It's very overwhelming.
But now we want to see a Kentaro Fatality.
Right, and I'm going to do my best here to focus and try to make this a reality here for us. Ooh. Oh. Oh, he got me again.
Johnny Cage, your favorite character? Abijah Grant just asked me that.
Yeah.
I'll let you go first because I think you would probably want to jump on that one.
Yeah, Johnny Cage is my favorite character. He is my main dude.
That's how Johnny C do, man.
That's how Johnny C do.
C do.
I assure you, if I was playing with Johnny Cage right now, I would probably be winning this match without too much.
Yeah, for me, I think Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn are some of my faves. They are kind of the bosses from the first 2 games, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're badass. I've always loved Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn both. Mike Anisimov says, what would Noob Saibot's MK4 ending be, if he had one? You know, MK4 endings are kind of those cheesy cutscenes.
Yeah. There we go.
I feel like Noob's...
Oh, so close that time.
Alright, you got one more chance, buddy. I feel like Noob Saibot in MK4, they had not yet established that Noob Saibot was the original Sub-Zero. That wasn't decided upon until Deception. So Noob Saibot would have been seen as his own character. I don't know. I'm thinking that he would be ruling the Netherrealm alongside Quan Chi and Shinnok. I don't think he would die in his own ending like Repton Baraka did. I think he would get something a little different. And I don't think he would betray them and become the ruler himself. I think that's a little cliche. So I think he would just assume power alongside them, and they'd be like a triple threat. You know, Noob Saibot, Quan Chi, Shinnok, all three of them in charge of the whole universe. What do you think?
I think so. I'm inclined to agree with you.
You think we cracked the code for like how they would have handled Noob for MK4?
I think so.
You think we've got that good of a handle on the Midway team? We know exactly what they would have done? Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe, because I think they wouldn't want it to feel repetitive, so I think they would try and do something unique. Like, Noob Saibot would be the one worthy that Shinnok and Quan Chi would agree not to screw over this time.
Finally, I get that super kick. What's cool about the super kick is you can charge that with rain.
Oh, yeah.
So I can... Oh, I literally held on to it for just a hair too long there.
It always is fun to see how are they going to handle Shang Tsung's morphs. You know, that's like the biggest technical challenge of Shang Tsung.
It literally is, man. But they did a great job in this game.
It was so easy in MK2 and MK3 because they just did it. And then after that, it's like, oh, geez, it's in 3D now. How are we going to do this?
Yeah.
Kangbang05 is betting that Ermac is future DLC. I don't think they'd give him a new design for nothing this time around. Well, I haven't seen anything in the leaks about that, but that doesn't mean anything either, so he could be. Moonman's Auditorium says, how good do you think Shang Tsung is so far in a competitive level?
Oh,
Bottom?
I think Shang Tsung could easily become up there with Aaron Black. He's got so many tools, like just an insane amount. And I'm really misusing him right now, so...
You haven't quite got a handle on him just yet. Now, you've kicked some ass with him already a little bit, but...
I have. This one's for Dino, by the way. This is for Dino, because he wanted to see it.
Yeah, do it. Nice.
There it is. Kintaro.
Yeah,
there he is.
I'm with you. He might just be a top tier character.
Yeah, oh, dude, for sure. I just unlocked something. What'd I get? Shang Tsung Fatality Shokan Reborn. Yeah. So.
Amazing. And would you win? There you go. I see it now. I was a little behind you. Big Nick was saying, I felt the endings in the N64 version of MK4 were corny compared to the PlayStation version. See, the thing is, Big Nick, the Nintendo 64 version was based on the arcade endings, so they kind of just had it render in real time, and the full motion videos weren't available because of the hardware limitations. So that was something that they made up exclusively for the PlayStation and later for the Dreamcast versions. Big Nick also says, I've often wondered if it was planned out since the beginning that Noob Saibot and the original Sub-Zero are the same, or if that's something Midway just decided to do later on, kind of like make it up as they go along thing.
I feel like make it up as they go along is kind of their style, so I wouldn't be surprised.
It's actually even more ridiculous than that. That was actually a fan rumor that they went ahead and they adopted and made it canon. They decided to make that rumor real. So we're getting a request for you to go back and do his first fatality this time.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. I saw that, by the way. I was planning on doing it if I beat this Jax for King level.
We'll beat this Jax, man. Come on.
Oh, Jax.
Don't let his arms heat up. That's the thing about Jax.
Yeah.
Is Triborg Noob Cybot? No, I think Triborg is a different person.
Ooh, he got
Nate
this.
Lore says, hello, what's up? What's up, Nate Lore? And I do need to give shout-outs to Scarlet Bloodthirsty. Welcome. Welcome to the YouTube chat. Mike Anisimov says, without Goro, the arcade version of MK4 felt incomplete. You know, he wasn't in the arcade version. That was like an exclusive thing for the consoles for later.
That is true.
Why is there a pause before he does this fatality? He waits a while before that. Is that lag or something? I don't know if that would happen if we were playing offline.
Yeah.
You know what Scarlett's talking about?
I think it's just the lag on the server.
We'll look for it again when you do a fatality this time because you're gonna win, right?
Hopefully. I've played enough Jaxes as Johnny Cage though. Oh, I dropped it with Ermac. Feels bad.
No
There we
good.
go.
No good. Mango says, do you guys think we'll ever get a remaster of the original 3 MK games? God, I hope so. It's like they keep teasing it, and it's like, oh yeah, sorry, we had to cancel it. It's happened like 3 times now.
Yeah. Here's the other fatality, by the way, for King Level SZ, who requested this one. King must really not like Jax. It's probably one of the grossest ones in the game. Ugh. Still hurts to watch this one. Yeah, I don't think King is a Jax fan. Nice. I'm gonna try one of his. I'm gonna try for his brutality here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hit it, but I'm gonna try it. What I do like is he does seem to have a lot of zoning tools.
Yeah, he's got a lot of he's got a wide variety of tools at his disposal.
Yeah. Like that right there.
I mean, yeah.
Like he can just push opponents back and zone.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating for the other player.
Yeah.
He's looking for a way around it, and maybe he's figured one out.
Yeah.
But only temporarily, because then you put him right back into the zone again.
Yep. So Shang Tsung definitely has a mad good zoning game. It's respectable. I don't know if it would be able to take on like Cetrion, maybe. Cetrion's a great zoner, probably one of the better ones in the game, but I feel like if Shang wants to keep you away, he can keep you away.
Well, as you know, Shang Tsung was my main in MK2.
Yes.
But the advantages that came with that are not the same as the advantages that come with him here. It's a totally different game.
That's true. Like, I love how he can literally just, like, get you from almost mid-low.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be something that a lot of people are going to have a hard time defending against.
Yeah, they're not going to be used to it. It's going to take a while before they can adjust.
And his attacks are very, very rangy.
So Nate Lore wants to know, what do you think happened to Rain, Ermac, and Smoke? I think Ermac got disintegrated by Shang Tsung. I think Shang Tsung did something to absorb Ermac or take over his souls.
Right. I'm going for the brutality, which is why I totally pulled a mercy here, guys.
Taking such a chance, man. Why would you do such a thing?
I'm trying to do the brutality.
Final round, fight.
Who's top tier in MK2? Well, probably Melina, but I always pick Shang Tsung in MK2 because I have access to every single move that way. So what do you think of the whole game of MK11? Do you like the story? Do you like the characters' movesets?
I do. We again, I said this earlier, but you and I did this review for the game, and we thought it was awesome. We did a really nice write-up on mkonline.com.
MK11 is MK11 is absolutely incredible. After having thought about it a little while, there are some parts of the story that don't really totally make sense if you think about it. Like, trying to fit the one being into this story with Kronika, it doesn't really make sense, because it used to be like the one being was manipulating Shao Kahn and making him want to invade realms. And now Kronika is saying she was the one making Shao Kahn want to invade realms. It's like, well, okay, so what is it?
Right.
Shao Kahn was kind of more powerful when it was his call. He was the one who wanted to. I really wish you hadn't done this, Mercy, dude.
It's okay. I take my loss in stride. I'm just trying to pull this brutality off because it is so ridiculous. If I can do it. Oh, and he chose another opponent. He's done. He faced a little bit of Shang Tsung. He's like, that's enough for me.
Yeah. Shang Tsung's an intimidating opponent, man.
He really is, man. Like, if you're seeing Jax players, like, kind of dip after a couple games, I mean, he really does, too. Like, his zoning tools are really good, and his combos and mix-up game is really good. And I still have to memorize, like, tons of his combos, guys. Like, there's a lot more to him than I'm able to remember to showcase to you guys, but he's got some super cool stuff here.
All right, so if Mocap had a fatality, and this is interesting because Mocap has never really had a fatality, has he? Blaze and Mocap didn't get them in MK
I
Deadly
don't
Alliance.
think they did. I think you're right. Yeah, I don't think there was a fatality for Mocap.
Yeah, and he's never really been in another game since then, unless you count Armageddon. But then they have, like, their creative fatality system. So if
Right.
Mocap were to have a fatality, what do you think it would be?
Gosh, I don't know.
This is going to sound stupid, but I have an idea.
What's your idea?
He would stand at the opposite side of the screen. He would do the motions as if he's doing a fatality. And the other guy would just kind of stand there and look confused. And Mocap would be like, this is where you fall down. And the other guy just falls.
Gosh, I don't know. That's worse than the next stretch fatality.
But he's just doing the motion capture, you see? And plus, it's a good nod to the movie. Mike Eversley says, has there ever been another disrespectful fatality than the Shang Tsung Kintaro fatality? Holding the low kick down the entire round was the ultimate insult. Yes, it was the ultimate insult. It was actually low punch. But, yeah, when you did that, if the other person knew what you did, it's like, oh, damn. Because when you're holding low punch, it's not just that you're restricted from using the low punch, but also moves like back high punch don't work. Even though you're holding the low punch button, it shouldn't interfere with these other moves, but it does.
Right.
So it means you can't do your fireball, you can't do the other moves. Like, you're really restricted when you're holding that low punch button down all that time. It's crazy.
Ooh, got me.
Alright, I want you to win this next one, please.
I know, I'm trying. Easier said than done.
Yeah, I know. I know. It is easy to sit here and say you better win.
Yeah, when you're picking a character you've never really used and... Alright.
Alright, so King Levels wants to know if your variation that you've chosen has the ground fireballs.
No.
Ah.
Gosh, I hope this doesn't kill me. Yeah, it's gonna kill me. I'm trying to go for the brutality, though, guys.
Final round, fight.
Yeah, it's really difficult to pull off, and it sounds like you really have to go through a lot of crap to get there. Kareem says, I'm dreaming of Darth Vader's fatality. It's a lot of combinations. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if they were to put him in MK11 or MKX, Darth Vader would have a ridiculous fatality where he takes the lightsaber and, like, he chops off your arms, and then the person's, like, sitting there, and then he chops off, like, chops you in half and then your head. It would be like such overkill, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like if Darth Vader were in a classic MK game, you just take out the lightsaber, chop off your head, and be done with it.
Okay, I got.
But you know what? Maybe he would actually like throw the person up into the air using the Force,
Oh,
then
you got me.
saber around in a circle, and then let them just get smithereens. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good option. Man, I'm trying really hard to get this brutality, and it's just not working.
She's the one who got the brutality on you.
Yeah, I was going for the brutality. It's a forward throw, but you have to. I mean, getting in on Frost is not easy, especially a good Frost player.
Hey, Frank Otter, welcome to the Twitch, buddy.
Oh, nice. Oof. There we go. Oof. There we go. We're going for it.
Round 2, fight.
Oh, come on. Darn it. Okay, let's see if I can do this.
Really close, man. Really close.
Whoop.
I can tell you're really trying to concentrate right now.
I am. It's tough. There's a crushing blow.
So, while you're trying to concentrate, now wouldn't really be a good time to give you some bad news, would it?
Go ahead.
No, I don't have any bad news. I was just wondering if now would be a bad time. Like, hypothetically.
No, it's never a bad time. Oh, come on. Oh, God, I was so close. All
Yeah,
right.
these are really close matches, man. These are really close. What do you think of Cyberfrost, anyway?
I like her. I think it's a really cool concept. All right, we're gonna try to pull this brutality offline, to see if I can figure it out.
So, do you want to walk everybody through the requirements of what it will be? Because in a few hours, the viewers will try and pull this off for themselves.
Absolutely. So we'll go into customization, and these are very vague. They don't tell you every little detail, which is kind of annoying, but they really keep that secretive aspect. So if we go into brutalities, it is Essence Thief. Final hit must come from towards throw or forward X and A, which is towards throw. Same thing. So we're going to see if we can pull this off. So I am just going to go and fight local. And we're going to just go to CPU.
Scorpion.
Oop.
Shang Tsung. Liu Kang.
Let's see. Who should I kill? So many options. Let's try Kano. We'll go to very easy so I don't jack this up, okay, guys?
Tournament.
Yeah. You just need to get some practice, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Enrico366 says you might have to hold forward or
Round 1.
hit forward a couple times. We'll try.
I'm a little late getting this to you, but somebody wants you to do a fatality on Frost, if possible.
Oh,
After what happened last time, you need revenge.
yeah, I agree. I'm sure we'll run into another Frost player eventually.
Did you get the reptile skin for Scorpion, by the way?
Yes, I have.
I felt like you got everything you needed to for Scorpion, right?
Almost. There's still a lot I haven't unlocked for him, but I've got a decent... he's probably the most unlocked character for me, which is funny, right? Because Johnny is my main, not Scorpion.
Yeah, but still. Mike Anisimov wants to know, did the movie universe have Kung Lao and Great Kung Lao be one character, which is why he was absent in Annihilation and Defenders of the Realm? Yeah, I feel like they did do that. Or more to the point, I feel like they took Kung Lao's story about him being the last descendant of the Great Kung Lao and just sort of gave that to Liu Kang.
Oh,
So
I
maybe
see that.
maybe in a weird way they made Liu Kang and Kung Lao the same character. Wait, did you screw this up?
I did.
How?
Because I accidentally did I did the classic brutality. But Dino was asking a question about Chameleon.
Oh, yeah. In a way, Shang Tsung is sort of the chameleon for this game, isn't he?
Yeah, he was asking about bringing back Chameleon from Combat Pack 3. He thinks we were ignoring him, but I really wasn't. I was just in the middle of playing. We're going to retry this here because I really want to get this brutality off.
Round 1.
All right. Let's see here.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to keep an eye on the chat 100% of the time. But yeah, Frank says, like, how are you two dudes doing today? Like, oops. Almost missed that one, too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man. Good, thank you. Thank you for asking.
Yep.
Rico366 says he's so jealous, but don't worry about it, buddy. You'll get it soon. It will unlock for you very soon. Lone Wolf says he's back. Lone Wolf showed a picture, by the way, that I saw of like a one-of-a-kind Mortal Kombat patch that his girlfriend made for him. So, yeah, it looked pretty cool. I don't know if I can link to that one because it's a Discord link, but it looked pretty neat. I was wondering how she made that.
Yeah.
And Dino was talking about Chameleon. Like, yeah, he was in MK3, right? He was a secret character. You had to do certain buttons to play him. Right, you had to pick a ninja character. You had to hold, once the match starts, you'd have to hold back the punches, block and run, and he would, like, your character that you picked would disappear into a ball of flame, and Chameleon would appear in its place. So, yeah, we know who Chameleon is. That's the guy. No, I did a whole breakdown on who Chameleon is and, like, his backstory and everything like that, because he really is kind of like Mortal Kombat's most mysterious player, you know? I'll see if I can find a link to that. But yeah, we know all about Chameleon over here on this channel. Trust us.
See, it didn't work. I tried to do it, but it didn't work.
Are you 100% sure those requirements are correct?
They don't tell you every single requirement, right? Which is super strange. But who knows? I feel like we'll eventually do it. By pure accident, probably. We'll go back to playing online here. Play a couple of online games. Dino was asking if there are any plans to bring back Chameleon. I have no idea.
Trickonology just said you gotta hold down LB. What is LB?
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute, you have an Xbox.
Yeah, it's like
So
your L1 button on PlayStation.
there you go. That makes sense. That's how it translates. Thank you for the trickonology. That's a perfect username for what you're just doing for us here.
There you go.
And Mike Anisimov says Chameleon's more mysterious than Meat. That's true, because we know that Meat is a flesh experiment from Shang Tsung. Like even Meat got a story. Chameleon is like one of the most underdeveloped plot wise.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool that John Tobias gave a statement on his lore once and for all. Purple Ice 25 says hello Tabmock. Hello Purple Ice. Welcome to the stream, buddy.
Oh, cool.
Mike Anisimov also says we should have had Chameleon and the female Chameleon too in MK 2011.
Right.
That's true. Nate Lore says you forget Monster. Yeah, the true champion of the Elder Gods. We could never forget him. He's doing such a good job as the Elder Gods champion still.
Right.
You know, because like when Chronica went and killed all the Elder Gods, Monster was right there saying, "Hey, stop! You can't do that."
Sure enough.
Sir Meows a lot 89 says, "What's up, Tabmock? You guys rule." Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, dude.
Thank you,
Tabmock.
Fadokate is the one doing all the gameplay here.
I'm in ranked right now, so I'm actually using a ranked variation, and people wanted to see these fireballs. So, we're going to try to... And you can see these fireballs are pretty gnarly as well for getting some damage done in zoning. So there's the ground fireballs y'all wanted to see, by the way. Sorry, I should have told you guys I was going to surprise you.
That is a great surprise. You know, we've had several requests for those ground fireballs tonight. Some people said just like Shang Tsung could do an MK3. Another guy said just like Shinnok did an MKX. So you can kind of tell where people are coming from, you know?
Oh, yeah.
The way they ask the question, which is cool. Which is cool because we have people from all over. We've got people from every different generation of MK fans from every timeline, you might say.
Oh, yeah.
Dino did not realize I was the moderator till just now. Surprise! It was me the whole time. Lone Wolf is saying how she made that MK badge is using a 3D sculpting pen. So, 3D sculpting pens are amazing. I didn't know. There's a lot about 3D printing technology I'm still learning. So that's really cool.
Ooh. I went for the, I was going to hold left bumper like he suggested, but he got me with a fatal blow here. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm not too happy about that.
I think we'll get this round.
Okay.
He's within ground ball distance
Remember
here.
to hold both down and the left bumper.
Right.
So don't just hold left bumper by itself. Alright, so Nate Lore has another lore question. What do you think about the retconned origins of Scarlet and Aaron Black? Yeah, and also Cabal. Cabal's retcons too. Yeah, I don't really think the retcons were necessary. I think they could have stuck with what they had, to be honest. I like Scarlet being sort of the equivalent of Ermac, you know, the female equivalent of Ermac, where he was like an amalgamation of souls and she was more of an amalgamation of blood. And now they kind of made her just another one of Shao Kahn's daughters, like adopted daughters like Katana or something like that, or Melina, and like raised and kind of considers herself as one of their sisters. Which, you know, I guess that can kind of work because...
Right.
Yeah, because like they're palette swaps, right? And all the palette swaps are kind of like Shao Kahn's assassin, so she's another of Shao Kahn's female assassins. Like, okay, I kind of see what they were going for here, but I don't think they should have changed her story. They could have still said that she was a sister alongside them without completely retconning her.
Yeah.
And Aaron Black, I mean, I can't even imagine why they would do it. Like, he was only in one game. He was only in one game. They didn't need to change him up either.
Right.
This brutality isn't working out too well, is it?
I almost get it, and then I screw it up. Like I said, this is the first time I'm playing with a character. It took me a long time to get good with a character. I've got to play hours and hours and hours. I think in a couple days, I'll be on point.
Round one.
But I'm not doing terrible, considering how much there is for Shang Tsung to use here. Like, you can see, he's got mad zoning skills. Like, I can just use the zone game here. And just really keep this guy honest. Oof.
Nate Lore says MK11 confirmed the appearances of Sub-Zero and Raiden in Injustice 2 to be canon, thanks to Cetrion. What do you think about it? Yeah, and in Injustice 2, they kind of confirmed MK versus DC to be canon.
That's also true.
Yeah, so I kind of saw it coming. Like, when they made MK versus DC, they're thinking, you know, this is just for fun, and we're not going to make this canon. And then in later games, they kind of figured out a way to, like, do a callback to MK versus DC. Like, that's the thing, when they do all these retro callbacks, you can't really call back to something like that without making it canon. So...
Very true.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. In fact, I think that's a huge compliment to Mortal Kombat. The fact that it could fit in so well. Like, MK is a pretty new franchise. And to think that it could fit and be blended with something established for over 80 years, like Superman and Batman, that's like the highest honor that something like Mortal Kombat could receive, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
So I know a lot of people don't like that idea, and they don't like guest characters and stuff, but really... if your fictional property is considered equal to something on that magnitude, that's like the highest calling that a creator could achieve. Like, for Ed Boon and John Tobias to have put their heads together and made something
Quick talent.
that equals that, very few people get to have that happen. You know, most people... Oh, look at that.
He got a quitality on him. Dino was also asking too, by the way, can Shang Tsung turn into anyone on the MK11 roster? No. He can only turn into the ninjas if you have that put in his variation slot, or he can turn into his opponent. But
yeah, like I see that happen during the quitality, which is kind of cool.
Right. If he could turn into every character, that I don't think that's a technical thing so much as that's like a balance thing. You know what I mean? Like, he'd be a little OP if he could just access every character.
I just remember that you know, in MK2 and MK3 for the arcades, it was easy for the morphs, and then for the CD-based systems, it was like, oh, but how are we going to do the morphs? There's got to be loading time and stuff, and it was like such a challenge. And then in the 3D era, like in MK4, they're like, well, let's not use Shang Tsung because he's a shapeshifter, and there's no way we can do shapeshifting now. But then they put shit up, and they gave him like an impersonation thing, and that was sort of like their workaround. And then they brought Shang Tsung back in the follow-up game in MK Deadly Alliance, and it's like, all right, well, he's not going to have his morphs in the game, but in the opening sequence, you're clearly going to see him morphing, and it's like, that's strange. And then MK Shaolin Monks, they kind of figured out a good system, which, you know, because it was a different type of a game, it wasn't a fighting game, so they kind of made it work for them, where he could do, like, limited morphs in the middle of that boss match against Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
And you know, getting Shang Tsung's morphs right is always such a challenge now. With gaming systems are so powerful that it was actually it's ironically it was easier to pull it off in the less powerful systems because it wasn't so much going on. It was kind of easier to have him do it. Now it's a lot trickier, and I also think the memory couldn't handle it. If they really had to load the entire roster in memory, I don't think it would work. The MK11 roster, I mean. Do you think Jarek shooting lasers out of his eyes is canon?
That's a good question. That is definitely a Tabmock99 question.
Where do I start? I mean, we all know why Jarek was like a clone of Kano, so they put that in, but I think even when the design team was doing that, they kind of felt like, maybe we shouldn't be doing this, but then they kind of did it anyway.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I think if it ever was canon, it should be retconned out.
Yeah.
And maybe if Chronica sees that there's a timeline where Jarek can do that, she should reset the timeline and make it so that he can't.
Oh, that's funny. Reset the timeline so we can't. That's like the easiest way to like. This was the easiest way I think to retcon everything, right?
Yeah.
Like MK9 was too, but then like this took it to like a whole nother level because then you're seeing alternate realities. So they actually do have alternate timelines of MK, which can explain everything that we've seen. Because
Like, yeah, how do you explain the fact that this thing in MK2 doesn't quite fit with what they said in MK Shaolin Monks? MK Shaolin Monks and MK2 were just different timelines.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Chronica reset the timeline, and MK2 played out a little differently the next time around. That's all.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting way to do it because you saw those alternate timelines when Liu Kang was fighting Raiden in the story, like small glimpses of them, but still.
Yeah, Chronica was like, "You think this is the first time I've ever had to reset the timeline?" It's like, "Oops." Guess it's not.
Yeah.
Someone said that MK11 is just a lot more fun to play with, like whatever character you pick.
That's very true.
That in MKX they didn't quite get that feeling with every character, and here they do.
Yeah.
God, man, they really came up with so many creative ideas. Like, if you didn't like Jax in the last game, you'll like him this game because they do some awesome things with his metal arms that I've never seen them do with anything like that in another game before. You know?
Right.
It's like so much thought and work and effort is put into every aspect of this game now.
It's very true. Oof.
Dino wants to know, do you think Strike or whatever come back?
Yeah.
They kind of made him cool in MK9. I know he became a Revenant, and we didn't really see that much of him since then. But, you know, if the timeline resets, next time around he'll be human again, so... I think they could pull off a Striker. What do you think?
I think so. Ooh. Ah! Oh, I was trying to morph into Scorpion to give me a chance. Oh well. I will say this, Scorpion does seem to be a good answer against Shang Tsung. So we're going to try going into... back into verses where we can play as our variation that we had made.
Okay, let's see it.
We're gonna...
And which one of these would you rather have as a guest? Ash or Doomslayer?
I would like Ash.
Well, I would like Doomslayer.
I mean, it could be either one, but I think Ash would be perfect.
Well, I think Doomslayer would be perfect.
I would just love to see Ash with his banter with Johnny Cage. Like those two.
Well,
would be
I would like to
hilarious.
see Doomslayer and his banter with any of the demon characters.
Like Scorpion or Noob Saibot. Shang Tsung.
Exactly. Yes. Even Shao Kahn.
Ah, yeah, it could be good. Could be good.
Hey, what do you think the odds are for somebody like Shinnok to return?
Not very strong.
Oh.
It's pretty much like just sitting in limbo.
Programmer of video games was saying that what he doesn't like about the different timelines is it contradicts lore on Mortal Kombat Origins. Like, are we going to ignore the whole one being versus Elder Gods plot? Is that even relevant anymore? And I'm like, hey, for the MKX comics, it was super relevant. Like, the Kami Dogu daggers had supposedly tasted the blood of the One Being. Shinnok's ending in MKX was he brings the One Being back on purpose to, just to taunt the other Elder Gods and to to use as a weapon against them. But then in this one, it seems like that whole thing got dropped. And I said this earlier in the stream, but I'm not sure if Programmer of Video Games was here for that part. But it's like, they kind of established that the One Being is subconsciously manipulating people like Onaga and Shao Kahn and influencing them to want to conquer realms and merge them together. Yeah. And now we're finding out that Kronika is the one who's influencing Shao Kahn and making him want to merge realms together. So it's like, well, how do you reconcile that? I don't see how. I think the One Being story made a lot of sense when they did it, and I think Kronika's story, taken on its own would make sense, but when you think about the two of them, it's difficult to make them both work together, you know what I mean?
Right.
Myoga the Flea says, wishes the computer was good enough to run this game. Just get another computer. No problem. Fatal Cade, you're the one who helped me select my current gaming computer, so I have you to thank for that.
Yes, I gave you the ideas of what you would need specification-wise.
Yeah, well, you were running the Grid, which is like, I've been wanting to play the Grid on my PC, like, ever since I first saw it in the year 2000 at arcades. And then when it was finally good enough that it could run on MAME, like, as a decent emulator, and you had the gaming PC and you were, like, live streaming it, it's like, I gotta do that too, I need this game.
Right.
I think Kung Lao will be the main protagonist of the next MK game. I don't know, man. I kind of don't see it. Cassie kind of had her chance, and then they're sort of setting her aside already. I just don't see Kung Lao stepping up like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Oh, I did it! Guys, I did it!
Badass.
There it is.
Shang Tsung.
Oh, that's amazing. We did it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Oh, that's awesome.
I'm so happy that they worked in the Soul Steel. God, you have no idea. That was like the one thing that was missing from his fatalities.
Totally worth it. Totally.
Oh, and you were sitting there and trying so hard to pull it off, and it was so exciting to watch you, kind of grind through and just practice. And now look, it's happening.
Yeah, it's finally starting to happen, right? It's starting.
So I have a feeling the game is going to give you a reward if you can do his brutality to every single character.
Maybe. That would be a pretty interesting reward for sure.
I mean, I could see it.
Yeah, I could too.
Because he takes over your character's looks and and their appearance and everything like that when he does it. So pulling that move off on every single opponent, that would really be something. Sergio Alejandro Garcia Martin is asking if we play in Steam. I do. Tabmark99, I do. But Fatal Cade right now, he is playing over Xbox. I don't think you can get Shang Tsung in Steam just yet.
No, not yet. Tomorrow you should be able to.
Programmer of Video Games says, the best explanation I can come up with is that Kronika reset the timeline so much because of her fear of the One Being awakening. It messes up her perfect idea for a new era. Raiden is one of those threats as well. Yeah, see, it still doesn't really work for me, because if Shang Tsung merging realms, or if anybody merging realms, is what's eventually going to reignite the one being and awaken him again. Why would Kronika be manipulating Shao Kahn to do that?
Right.
If she's trying to prevent the one being from reforming, why would she be encouraging merging of realms? That would hasten it. See, this is why I'm like trying to think. Like they did some cool ideas, but they kind of don't fit so well with the past ideas.
Unless
Third
it's all
skill.
from an alternate universe. Which again can explain everything.
Yeah, not everything, buddy. I mean, look, that alternate timeline stuff will work on the classic characters, and you can say, well, how come this thing with Liu Kang and this thing with Melina? It's like, okay, well, in one timeline, Melina was a clone created in an infant, and in another time, Melina was a clone created during MK2. There, see, we made it work. Different timelines. But then you get to something like the One Being, and the gods who kind of exist outside of the timeline. Like, the timeline doesn't affect mortals the same way it affects the gods.
Right.
So, you know, those types of explanations can only carry you so far. Alright, so Sergio says, I'm in New York. Do you think we will have it at midnight? I hope so. I'm actually in the same time zone
I
as
would
you,
think
Sergio.
Mercy.
Oh, he mercied me. That's gutsy.
Well, see if you can work that to your advantage. But look, when I got the game, because I play it on Steam myself. So I'm with
I got him again! I figured it out, guys. I figured out the brutality.
Nice, and I want you to explain to the viewers how to do it.
So you have to... I can explain it now. So you have... At least what I'm doing, how to make it work. It might not all be totally correct. But you have to get the last hit with a forward throw, which is just forward or LB or L1 if you're on PlayStation 4. You're going to want to hold forward, tap LB and X and Y. Just keep tapping it after you do it. And he should pull it. I think you have to do it after a mercy as well. So keep that in mind. Maybe. I'll try to do it without a mercy this time and see if it works.
Yeah, let's see if that works. So I was just gonna wrap up my answer to Sergio. When I first got MK11 on Steam, all the consoles were playing it like the night before, and I had to wait till noon the next day. So I kind of think the same thing's gonna happen here.
Yeah.
And then Sergio's also asking about one more thing. You know the MK League?
Yes.
Is that available on Xbox or not yet?
The MK League.
The MK League. Yeah, League. Like 8,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
No, it's not available on Xbox yet. Should be available tomorrow.
Do you want to explain to our viewers how the MK League will work?
It's kind of like almost like MK Mobile with how they set up that with their faction war system and MK Mobile. But you can unlock skins and all sorts of other cool stuff. Even gear for different characters as well. But there's actually exclusive skins you can only unlock in the Combat League, which is so cool.
Okay, so there's definitely incentive to start using that mode.
Absolutely.
Hey, thank you, Sergio. I appreciate it, buddy. I want to go back to an earlier chat that I almost missed. The King Bang 05 says, I'd like to see an MK2 Jack skin with normal arms, with the airwaves and the glowing purple energy. Dude, Kronika can go back and open up portals through time, and she opened up to where Jax already had his arms replaced with metal. She couldn't have gone back to where Jax had his regular normal arms. Poor Jax.
Yeah.
Any idea what time the Combat League will be available? For Xbox.
I'd say probably around like 1 or 2 a.m.
Really?
I mean, maybe midnight.
I'm gonna go look and see if there was an official answer from NetherRealm Studios on this one.
Yeah.
Lone Wolf is going to Florida over the summer, by the way. That's awesome, dude.
Ooh. Beyond Godden, hello, what is going on? Oh, he mercied me, okay. Oh, he got me. Yeah, we just kind of explained Combat League. It looks like it's going to be what the Faction War system is on MK Mobile. It's kind of set up that way with the ranking system anyway. And then I believe they're going to have like exclusive skins you can only unlock through Combat League. So,
And don't forget the gear.
And gear, yes, of course. Character gear, too.
Yeah, and one of the things that they asked was, how far will you go to reign as Khan in the Combat League? So it's like you'll earn that title, you know?
Yes. Ooh.
I'll be awake then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. You'll be awake at 1 or 2 in the morning. Yeah, we all have different sleep schedules. So if you aren't, then great. I hope it does come out for you, because if you're pushing yourself to stay up and then you don't get it, that'd be a little bit disappointing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Sergio's also pointing out you'll get like victory poses and brutalities and stuff like that. So very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All the official news from everybody, even from like fans who are in the know, like Ketchup and Mustard, are just saying stuff like the Combat League is finally upon us, but not a specific date and time.
Right.
So Nate Lore wants to know, are you worried about Sindel? Oh yeah, that was another retcon. I wasn't really too happy with Sindel's retcon. They made Sindel kind of sound like a traitor, you know?
Yeah.
Which, hey, we have Edenian traitors already. We don't need more traitors. Certainly don't take the queen from us. Come on.
Maybe this was always true and we just never knew until this game too.
Yeah, no, it was never true. They're retconning her. Come on.
Maybe.
They're making it so it was always true. I don't know.
I think it might be Sindel from another timeline now. You're gonna hate me because that's gonna be my excuse for everything. Ah, it's another timeline.
Yeah, it's a different timeline of Sindel. No problem.
That's how you just explain away everything.
Yeah.
It's the most annoying way to explain it away, though. It's the cop-out. It's like the cop-out version.
It is. I remember when you got in trouble as a kid with your parents. They're like, "Hey, you got an F on this test." You're like, yeah, you know what? I'll just reset the timeline. I'll get an A next time. I'll study more in the next timeline. It's fine. I'll get a do-over.
That's one way to look at it.
All right, so I got a couple chats I need to get caught up on here. It's interesting stuff too. Interesting stuff, man. These guys come out with all kinds of cool stuff. So the one being doesn't get mentioned as much, but MK11 still makes references to him. Cetrion still talks about him in one of her fight dialogues, so the one being is still relevant. Yes, it's true. The one being, it all still happened. Kittleson wrote the comics, and he's been promoted, and he's developing the story for MK11. So, you know, the comics have sort of elevated it even more as far as importance to the story. So he's not going to throw that stuff out.
No.
Oh, and then Nate Lore, speaking of the comics, says, do you read the comics? Because I have a theory about the Scorpion ending. Yeah, I do read the comics. Interloco says, do you think that Noob Saibot win pose is a reference to the MK3 Noob? Because the clone pose looks like Kano after MK1 success in Test Your Might. Yeah, I do, man. I think they do a lot of obscure callbacks like that, and I think that was one of the more subtle ones. So good for you for picking up on that. False Faith has a question. This is more for you, Fatal Cade.
Sure.
So, is this Shang Tsung one already available for download?
Not until tomorrow.
Oh, man.
Unless you live in the other side of the planet, like...
Well, in some places it is tomorrow already.
Right. So if you live in, like, New Zealand, he's available.
Yeah. And by the way, shout out to Crazy Kiwi in New Zealand who's watching us on Twitch. So, awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I love this brutality. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty great.
Oh, it's amazing. I do want to see you execute on a different character at this point, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one more against this Noob Saibot, because he is making me feel like get better with Shang Tsung, because he's a very good Noob Saibot player.
programmer continues his discussion about the one being by saying it is making it more confusing in MK11 now because we have the Titans. Right. I do like the idea of the Titans being the original Elder Gods who defeated the one being and they evolved to a higher being. Yeah, that could work. That could work. I am planning a video about like different religions and mythologies and how they're influencing MK11. So I do have a couple ideas on the Titans here, which I should create a video about that soon. Hopefully, if it's not ready in June, it'll definitely be out in July.
Yeah.
Big J says those backgrounds look like they could be turned back in time, like the dead Goro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. Okay, so we learned from the last lore minute on the or one of the most recent lore minutes on the official Mortal Kombat live stream that Chronica kind of. Oh, hey, thank you to Shaw Money 23 for the follow. But we kind of learned that Chronica took Shang Tsung and locked him up in a time void, right? She kind of put him in like a temporal prison.
Which is kind of like the crypt, really, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly right. And also it explains why like Goro would be dead and Kano would be dead. Like, oh, shoot, this is... everything on this island has sort of been frozen in time or has been kind of locked away from time and thousands of years have probably gone by here.
Yeah.
Shang Tsung's been trapped the whole time.
Oh, he got me with the fatal blow.
Finish him.
Alright, I'll try playing against somebody else. Oh, he mercied me, okay.
Hey, win!
Yeah, I'm gonna try. That's kind of the goal. That's why we do these things.
I was just trying to give you some good advice.
That's really good advice. There we go. Got the round.
Final round. Fight.
Can we make him eat this mercy, guys? Can we do it?
I mean, he gave you a fighting chance.
Yeah, he did.
So Programmer Video Games is saying, so I guess it's confirmed that Goro's dead, right? I mean, I don't know. In the comics, he had 2 of his arms, or all 4 of his arms missing, and he was trying to seek information about Onaga to try to regenerate his limbs. And next thing you know, we see this, but he's like in the movie. I don't know how to make sense of it all, buddy. All I know is that death really doesn't mean anything in Mortal Kombat, you know?
That's true.
And I think when it comes to someone like Chronica, I mean, you've seen her fatality. She, like, kills you, then she rewinds time to put you back together, then she kills you again, but, like, a different way. Then she, like, rewinds time to put you back together again. Like, she's just killing you for the... and just making you suffer forever.
Right. Oh, come on. Oh, I could not tech roll out of that. Darn it. I was going for the brutality, too. Feels bad. Almost had him.
Yeah, it was very close, man. It was a very good game. I mean, you can't win them all, but at least if you can make it very close and not like, you know, somebody gets a flawless on you or something.
Yeah, I think he was teabagging Dino. That's the correct verbiage. I think we might have gotten under his skin. I'll play him one more time, and then I will win, lose, or draw. We will go on to play some other people online. But yeah, I really want to pull this brutality off.
I do want to give a shout out to Lynx57 for the follow there. Appreciate that.
Finally, I got that combo figured out again.
Oh, Kareem Gurel says, which DLC character do you want to see the most? You know what's funny is it was this one. It was Shang Tsung. I'm getting everything I wanted.
Yeah.
The two that the only two I really, really, really wanted to see above all else was Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung, and Shao Kahn was announced as, like the pre-order character. Yeah, and Shang Tsung is like the first DLC. Like I'm really getting everything I wanted to. So at this point, I guess I would just say Onaga because why not?
Right. Just get really ridiculous.
I love the big bads. All my favorites have been the bosses so far. So.
What about Blaze?
Let me just. Yeah. Yeah, Blaze isn't really doing it for me. I mean, he was cool for who he was when they did him, you know?
Yeah.
But he doesn't really seem... Because I guess if Blaze is back, then everything about Armageddon is back. Like, okay, well that means whoever defeats Blaze gets whatever they want, right? And that means that the whole thing about the whole cycle about averting Armageddon is kind of back.
Right.
Um,
Unless it's a dumbed down version of Blaze, pre-Armageddon Blaze.
Oh, hey, that would be cool.
Could there be such a thing, though? I mean, technically,
yeah, at this point, we all know who he is and what his story is. So, could you really pull it off and act like, hey, something's going on with this Blaze guy? He's mysterious. We don't know what his mission is.
Right.
You know, I mean, I don't know if you can do that.
Yeah.
What about you guys? What DLC characters would you like to see starting now? I saw somebody earlier in the chat mention Melina. So, who else are you guys looking forward to seeing? How often does Raiden consult with the Elder Gods, do you think?
Oh, you do need to pull
okay.
a fatality. Okay. Or a mercy. Sorry.
Yeah. You have to do a mercy first, or else. That teabagging in the middle of the match, man. I don't know what to make of that.
I do. Brutality. Ha
I think Raiden should consult with the Elder Gods anytime the Earth Realm is in trouble. I mean, I don't think they say, hey, you're the defender of Earth, you handle it. I think they kind of do want to be brought in on everything, like, you know?
Yeah.
Nate Lore says, are you ready for part 2 of my theory? Yes, and also, can you please repeat part 1?
You know what? Beyond Godden said I'm great at this game. I'm not that great with Shang Tsung. I'm going to go with Johnny Cage. I'm going to show you guys just how good I really am. I'm going to go full on with Johnny Cage against this guy.
Okay, but just for one match.
For one match.
Yeah.
I want to make this dude squirm.
Tournament.
Interloco says, thanks for the streaming, guys. Last night it was boring as hell at work. It was suicidal Sunday.
Oh my gosh. That's an interesting way to put it. Harakiri Sunday?
Yep. Kareem Gurel says, I want to see Prototype. I don't know if we can show a prototype. Oh, wait, Kareem was asking me what guest characters would I want to see. Oh. Well, now I got everybody saying they want to see characters like Smoke, Triborg, Punk Rock Cassie. Oh, yeah. Hey, are there any guest characters that you would like to see?
Oh. Yeah, I'd like to see Naitara.
No, but I mean outside of Mortal Kombat.
Oh, there's so many.
Round 2, fight.
You know, we've got Mortal Kombat characters crossing over to Injustice on the reg now. Would you like to see an Injustice character cross back into Mortal Kombat at this point?
I think that would be cool as long as you could pull a fatality on him. If it was somebody like the Joker.
Yeah, the Joker would work because he could be involved in the fatalities. That's a good point. They would never want you doing that to Superman.
Right.
Johnny Cage wins.
There you go. Had to show that guy who's boss here with Johnny Cage. All right, there we go.
Everybody's very impressed with that. Beyond Goddard is like, what? You wrecked him. You wrecked him.
Wrecked. Yeah, Johnny Cage is
You're
my...
trying hard not to say the word rectum. I got it.
Yeah, Johnny Cage is my main. That's no secret to anybody, like, through every MK. 1, 2, like, you've played against my Johnny Cage, and I can't stack up to your Shang Tsung. I love when we do get to play live together at the arcades at Galloping Ghost, though, on stream. Like, you know, we'll stream on Twitter or whatever. And you always find a way to throw me off my game, dude.
You're welcome.
You should try to... If you almost beat this guy, he'll just make a bunch of random noises and make you laugh and lose concentration, and then you lose. That's his tactic.
Yeah, but then other times my strategy is just to get a flawless victory on you.
Yeah,
and then
you've done that too. You have.
Then you'll feel like it's almost a win if you can just get one hit on me. That way you can say, well, at least it wasn't a flawless.
That's true too, dude. Like, yeah, you're ridiculous with Shang Tsung because you know all the characters' moves, so you can just turn into whoever you want at the right time. You're like, oh yeah, Katana would work the best right now because he's wide open for a fan lift, and boom, you pull it off like super fast. And
yeah, it's just block, then back, I punch, and then boom, you're caught in the fan lift, buddy.
He can list it right here for you on the stream, the exact inputs. It's insane. Probably one of the best. You're probably one of the best MK2 players out there. You really are. I think you sell yourself a little bit short, but you're in the top.
I don't know about that.
Oh, I do.
Interloco says, you know who would be a good guest?
Who's that?
Some Killer Instinct characters.
Ooh, I agree.
I would love that. Actually, I mean, a Killer Instinct Mortal Kombat crossover is something that they've teased like forever. Yeah, it'd be great. That honestly seems like it could be in the realm of possibility, you know?
Yeah, it does. I would like to see it. Jago would look so cool with this art style too, like Jago or Chief Thunder, Riptor.
I was thinking Riptor, and I was also thinking Fulgor.
Fulgor.
Round 2, fight.
Cinder.
Cinder would be insane. Imagine the conversations him and Scorpion would have.
Yep. Big Gamer 1332 says show Spawn. I got bad news for you, buddy. I don't think we're gonna be able to pull off Spawn tonight. I think Spawn's actually disabled for you. Like, you can't even pull him. You can't even access him in the character select screen, can you?
Nope. He is not.
Now, Spawn will not be happening tonight. But if you like, Fatal Cage can fire up some Soul Calibur 2 on the old Xbox and play as Spawn that way. How's that sound? Big Papa Smooth is now following. Thank you for the follow, buddy.
Cool. Uh-oh. Oh, he got his fatal blow.
Hey, so programmer of video games came up with a theory.
What's that?
Oh, and then I need to read Nate Lore's theory. All right, so programmer of video games' theory is this. You know Monster in MK Deception's Conquest mode? You know, he's like the true champion of the Elder Gods?
Right.
What if he's actually Scorpion from another timeline, and he was successful in killing Onaga from his timeline?
Maybe.
That would kind of make sense, wouldn't it?
It would. It would actually make a lot of sense.
I mean, imagine if Hanzo Hasashi gets killed and he gets sent to the Nether Realm and he becomes a monster instead of a Spectre. Like, I could totally see that.
Yeah.
Programmer of video games just fixed MK Deception Conquest story mode and made it align with MK11. Good job, buddy. Alright, so here's Nate Lore's. This is going to be like a multi-part message. This is going to be a little long, so bear with me. But I think this is a really interesting theory. So, tell me what you think about this. In Scorpion's ending, we learned that in every past and future timeline, Scorpion's family gets killed, creating Scorpion. We also learned that this is the fault of the being known as the Titans, but we don't know why. Yep, I'm with you. That was actually the first MK11 ending I saw on Survivors Combatants live stream. You might remember that.
Oh, look at Kano. He turns white, dude.
Is mine.
That's awesome. That reminds me of MK2 so much. The way they're like a lifeless husk afterwards.
Yeah, he just turned him white. That's a much better way to see it. Oh, that was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, because you see it against Noob Saibot, you can't really tell. Because it's Noob Saibot. He's naturally, But that...
And I'm so glad that you started pulling it off on other characters now. I would love to see you do that to a Frost or a Liu Kang or somebody.
Yeah.
But continuing with what Nate Lore was saying, that in the recent big DC event called Dark Knight's Metal, we discovered that the big bad dragon demon named Barbados created Batman by engaging Joe Chill to kill Bruce Wayne's parents,
Sub-Zero.
which makes himself a key to the multiverse. So maybe something similar could happen where for Scorpion, the path that Titans created might make him as a key to get access to the main MK universe. Yeah, with DC being in charge of the story writing and deciding how these crossovers work and how people can kind of access the MK universe or access the DC universe, wouldn't surprise me if they make something like that.
Yeah.
Especially if there's some equivalent, like where no matter what Batman does, some events conspire to make his parents die. Because that seems to be his fate,
It does.
And that seems to be Scorpion's fate, too, and the Titans are doing that, and he doesn't even know why. Abraham Shang Tsung is going to be available very soon, probably at midnight.
I
think
midnight. I'd say that's a safe bet.
Yeah, which is like 45 minutes from now. Some parts of the world it's already after midnight, so some parts of the world already have them.
Yep.
And MK Online is a worldwide website, so.
Yep.
All right, Program of Video Games says maybe the Titans know about the One Being's existence. Yeah, they have to, I think.
Yeah.
And they know the realms and other beings' fates are the result of the One Being's essence. Yeah, it is hard to make those things fit together. I mean, what if the One Being is like the originator of the Titans too?
Right.
They don't really explain how it all fits together quite yet, and I'm thinking in MK12 they might explore that a little bit more.
Maybe.
Finish him.
Man, I just got rocked. I clearly need to improve my game with Shang Tsung here. It's gonna take me a couple days before I get as solid as I am with Johnny Cage right now.
But it's funny that guy's variation's name was Why So Serious.
Yeah,
People really do want the Joker.
they do. They absolutely do. Well, if it's cool with you, Tabmock, I think I'm going to play one more, and then I have to cut it a little short because I have to get started on some production for Fatal Friday. And then I have to capture some other stuff. If that's okay with you.
No, it's not okay with me. You need to stream for at least another 5 hours.
At least another 5 hours. You're going to murder me.
No, let's just do one more match. And then after the match, is there anything else that you want to show, as far as his gear or customization, or did we kind of show everything there is to see there?
I think we showed about everything there is to see, but if anybody wants to see anything, I guess speaking now or holding your peace would be the important thing.
What is this, like a wedding? Speak now. If anyone knows a reason why these two should not...
I'm just saying, it's
or forever hold your peace.
God. I'm just saying, it's, we're wrapping it up, so if you guys want to see something, let it be known so we can show it to you.
Tournament.
Big Gamer wants to see Spawn. We cannot access Spawn, so sorry.
No, Spawn's not accessible.
Yeah.
But people are still asking how we got Shang Tsung early. I mean, it's just one of those things where...
Round one.
It's just one of those things where Fatal Cade, you've got the magic touch, buddy. Fatal Cade, let me tell you something. Fatal Cade gets everything he wants.
I wish.
So he has
Tell that to
an
my
MK2
girlfriend.
arcade. Yep. Okay, first of all, guys, he has a girlfriend.
I do.
So right there, you see, he's getting everything he wants.
She gets everything she wants is more like it.
Well, that's great when you two both want the same things. Fatal
Yeah.
Cade's got an MK2 machine, an MK4 machine. He's got MK11 on Xbox. He's got MK11 on PlayStation 4. He's got MK11 on PC. He's got MK11 on Switch. Fatal Cade goes all out, man. You are like a hardcore MK fan right here.
I'm not quite as hardcore as you, because I mean, like, you know the lore, but I will say it's one of the proud moments I have with you is coming over here, and when my girlfriend Kate was trying to watch the Mortal Kombat movie with us, we knew every single line in the movie.
Yep.
And
Yep,
I know
we do.
Outworld was in here earlier, and he was talking about maybe us doing a movie night. We should totally do that and say every line before it happens, and play a game and see who can like get the most lines right before they're said.
We got to do that. Phil Zero is asking a couple questions, which I want to try and answer everything he's saying. He says, okay, so this one I can answer because I know you're trying to play.
Sure.
But he says, why is Fatal Fridays on Xbox, stream on PS4? Well, I've got good news for you, buddy. Fatal Fridays only on Xbox for Season 1. Once Season 1 ends, it's 10 episodes a season. So once Season 1 is over, Season 2 will be PS4.
Yep.
So Phil Zero, you are going to have your chance to get in there and kick some ass on Fatal Friday. So I look forward to seeing you. And what is that? Gosh, like 3 weeks away? Maybe a month? It's coming. Season 2 is going to come sooner than you think. He also wants to know about Shang Tsung on PS4. And what did you just do?
He,
So cool.
he did a brutality, and it just like is an endless loop. It doesn't actually kill the character.
Yeah, I always thought about something like that in my head for Mortal Kombat. I can't believe this is a thing now. That's amazing. Okay, so who wants to know when this is out for PS4? And I think it's out tomorrow, isn't it? Or maybe even at midnight tonight.
Yeah, I would say it's out tomorrow. Maybe midnight tonight is a safe bet for sure. I would think midnight tonight.
If not midnight tonight, then definitely by 12 a.m. tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Get it? It's the same thing. All right. Serious answer, though.
Yeah.
Within 24 hours. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is the comics canon? It's so confusing. Let's just say that there are some inconsistencies when you lay the game's story and the comic story side by side, which not many people are willing to do. I've actually done it only for the purpose of editing my YouTube videos and putting them together, and I would put a cutscene in from MKX and then put the equivalent scene from the MK comics, and I would like juxtapose them, so I'm placing them one right after the other. And it doesn't fit 100%, you know? As far as, like, Shinnok would have his amulet and he would attack Sonya, and Johnny Cage in the comics says, wow, you just took a direct hit from the amulet, and you survived. But in the games, when you see it happen, Shinnok hits her with a fireball, but his amulet was actually on the ground during the time, so she didn't get hit with a direct hit from the amulet. So there are little inconsistencies about, like, you know, Raiden approaching Kotal and asking him to watch, you know, actually recommending that the Special Forces guard the amulet, but then in the games, he's like, hey, you gave the amulet to the Special Forces without even consulting us. And it's like, but Kotal, it was your idea in the comics. So there's certain things that, like, the gist of it is right, but some of the details don't quite line up.
Right.
And honestly, like, you'd really have to sit there and pay super close attention, or just, you'd have to look at them at the same time as each other in order to catch some of this stuff. But yeah, MK11 is making the comics even more canon than they were before. And you can tell, because, like, Kano will say stuff to Sub-Zero, like, or Sub-Zero will say something to Kano, like, you know, this is for the scar you gave me. That was a thing that happened in the comics.
Right.
You know, there's a scene here where with Sector and Sub-Zero.
Wasn't that a rumor in the original MK3 In the original MK3 days, wasn't it a rumor that it was Kano who gave Sub-Zero that scar?
See, I think the rumor back from those days was that he got it from while he was escaping the Lin Kuei. You know, that it would have happened as he was trying to leave the clan, and Cyrax Sector wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
Or they weren't making it easy on him anyway.
I remember in high school, I heard the rumor going around amongst other people that it was Kano who gave it to him. So I find it funny that all these years later they kind of retconned it to where it was Kano who gave it to him in the comic. You know?
Yeah. Well, and it was Kung Lao and MK Shaolin monks, but
Right.
different timelines. You know.
That's true.
Phil wants to know if we have the arcade 1-up MK cabinet. You know, you have several MK cabinets. You have an original MK2, an original MK4, an original Ultimate MK3, but I don't think you have the arcade 1-up version, do you?
I do not. I plan on eventually getting one. Girlfriend gave me the green light that I can get one, so save up my money because it's a little tight right now, but eventually.
Yeah, and I have my own custom MAME cabinet, which it's like an all-in-one, so it's got MK1, MK2, MK3, Ultimate MK3, MK4, and I even got it preloaded with MK Trilogy,
Yeah.
which obviously was never an arcade game, but I have the PlayStation version loaded up in an emulator, playing it in an arcade cabinet, so that's what's up.
Yeah. Dude, you got some cool stuff too, man. Like, you got a really nice MK cab.
You know, if anybody wants cool MK stuff, you can get cool stuff like this guy's got a 3D printed Buddha statue. He's got like a Shinox amulet that you can order, which is 3D printed, but then he also has like a jewel, which is like a real jewel in the center, which is amazing. It's the guy's a Nether Dimension 3D. I can throw up the link in the chat if you don't mind.
Yeah. Dude, absolutely. Show everybody where to go. He's printing our trophies for Fatal Friday. I mean, dude is top notch.
Yeah, he's got some really amazing stuff. Like, I would actually encourage everybody to check this out. I'll even print out a coupon code. There's, shoot, I don't remember the coupon codes. 5 off 20, 10 off 30, 15 off 40. I think that's what they are.
Right. All right, this is gonna be my last one, guys, and then we're gonna wrap up this.
5 minutes ago.
I know. This is gonna be the last one.
I'm hoping midnight is the release time. If not, it'll definitely be sometime tomorrow.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They've confirmed it.
Forces desert command.
The fact that you somehow managed to get him already tells me that it's right around the corner.
Big Gamer was asking you a question as well.
Okay,
It's
sorry.
too early for a Titan invasion storyline. What about my question? Can we see Spawn now? What about my idea? Did you answer my question? Tamak, what do you think about my question? I'm like, what is your question?
I'm sorry, buddy. Can you ask me one more time? Yeah, sometimes it's hard to see everything.
Yeah. No, I know. It gets crazy in here.
Hey, Malater, what's up, buddy? Long time no see. If it's Malater Grey Milken, long time no see, man. So yeah, I just threw up the link to Another Dimension 3D, and I typed the coupon codes there. So if anyone wants to get like a Buddha from MK1 or a amulet from MKX or anything like that, those coupon codes will make it a little bit cheaper, which is nice. Is it too early for a Titan Invasion storyline, Big Gamer? No, it's not too early because, well, I don't think they're going to do anything with it in MK11 unless it's going to be in like a new character's, you know, in their ending or something like that for their ladder ending. But no, it wouldn't be too early to mention that. And also, MK12 would be perfect time. Perfect time. In fact, Scorpion's ending kind of hints that they want to get into the Titans a little bit more. You know what I mean? Scorpion's ending sort of opens up the door to explore that a little bit more in depth.
Yeah.
Abazira says, if I buy the combat pack right now, can I get Shang Tsung? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That might have been something you had to do at the time. There we
Yeah,
go.
I don't know if that'll work right away. I think you might be a little bit late to the party.
Shang Tsung wins.
All right, Malader, I'm glad you're coming out from just being in lurking mode, because you were always a talented 3D artist even back in the 90s. So I could imagine how far you've come with your skills since then. Nate says, which one of the 3 Jokers would you like to see in MK11? Well, obviously all of them. I mean, you can set up for 3 variations. You should have all 3 Jokers.
I agree.
Programmer of video game says, read my comment. Sorry, let me go up and look. I missed something. Oh, you went back to the scene of Shinnok being tormented by corrupt Raiden. You finally got what Shinnok was saying to Raiden. He says, you wear my amulet. Finally, you know the truth. The truth is I was cast out. The truth I was cast out for speaking. Kronika messing with time. See, yeah, that kind of didn't make sense because, like, he was cast out for trying to take over Earthrealm. He was not cast out for speaking truth. This wasn't the freedom of speech issue, Shinnok. Taking over realms is not protected by the First Amendment.
Yeah. Kind of goes against that, actually.
Yeah. Phil Zero says, can you answer my question, Tabmock? Sorry, Phil, I must have missed one. I will in a second. I'm going to go scroll up and look at the questions. Nate Lore says, who do you think will be the next boss? I think Onaga will be the next one.
That's a safe bet.
I don't know. I don't know. Do you think Onaga will be the next boss,
I
Fatal
do.
Cade?
I do. It makes sense, kind of. You know what I mean?
Kinda does, but I mean, I don't know how they averted that whole thing. I mean, Shujinko was around. He was still out collecting Kamidogu. Reptile's still around, ready to be taken over. I don't know, but they said Shao Kahn absorbed his power, so I guess I have to explain that away somehow.
Yeah.
Alright, let me scroll up and read what Phil Zero was asking, because there was something there. Oh, I wonder where Takeda and Kung Jin are. Yeah. I know they're mentioned in the intro dialogues, and where was Takeda when Kenshi died in the crypt?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I feel like that crypt is a whole separate dimension, somehow.
Could be.
Well, because Kano's already dead in the crypt, too, remember?
Yeah.
But Kano's alive in the game.
Right.
His death in the crypt has nothing to do with his death in story mode.
That's true. Oh, nice brutality.
Yeah, so I don't know if Kenshi's death in the crypt actually counts,
I don't know.
if that makes sense. But as far as the other characters, like Kung Jin and Takeda, God, they really didn't explain their disappearance very well, did they?
No, they didn't.
I wonder if Onaga knows about the Titans. I think he's probably heard rumors, because Shao Kahn heard rumors of Kronika, and the first time he sees her, he's like, so, the legends are true. Like, so he kind of had a feeling that there might be something there.
Yeah, for sure.
Malthner says, I think they want to avoid that timeline with Onaga. I think they want to do something new.
I got people asking me how. People that I played against, like, how are you playing as Shang Tsung? Yeah, it's pretty great.
Dude, I'm just saying, you get everything you want.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, Shang Tsung is awesome in this game. He's just super cool. Like, he just looks so great. Like, the detail on his jacket from the film, like, all of it's there. It's just awesome. Like,
Yeah, Fatal Kid, if you remember, I went when we were doing the reveal party. You were in LA. I was in London.
Yep.
I had a chance to interview Sean Himmerich, and I even suggested something like, "Hey, maybe there could be like movie variations of some of the characters." And he had this look on his face. It was like kind of like a tell, like I hit on something that I wasn't supposed to know about.
Yeah.
And he tried to like play it off, and he's like, "Oh yeah, maybe. Maybe we could."
Yeah. That's
You could tell. It's like, oh, they are gonna do something with this.
yeah. Yeah. You know, it's really cool. I can't wait to see what else they've got in store. I'm sure they have plenty more. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll see a Chris Casamassa Scorpion skin. I mean, Chris was at the reveal in LA.
Yeah, so
We were actually supposed to interview him, and he actually like texted me on my phone, and I didn't hear it go off, and I was so bummed.
don't tell me that.
It's true. It's actually true. We were supposed to interview him, and he was super cool about it. I said, "Hey, we'll get you on next time, like on Skype or something." He's like, "Ah, absolutely." So, still friends with him on Facebook. Great guy. Runs a great business. He teaches martial arts dojo owners how to expand their business, and he's just doing a phenomenal job of helping everyone grow their business. Highly suggest checking him out at Red Dragon Karate out in LA. Great dude. Nice
If you're
guy.
in the LA area and you want to take martial arts, you can take it straight from Scorpion,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
If you live in LA.
Yeah. Papa Smooth is ready to call it a night, so thank you for joining us, buddy, and take it easy.
I am
Big
also
game-
ready to call
Big
it.
Gamer. Go ahead.
Oh, but Big Gamer was. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, you go.
I was just saying I'm getting ready to call it a night too. I was just letting everyone know we're wrapping up here tonight.
Oh, yeah, we did say that like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Big Gamer says, how do you think Mortal Kombat will end or should end? And, well, that's easy. It shouldn't.
Yeah, never.
Yeah.
Absolutely
So-
never.
So hopefully this patch will go online at midnight.
Hmm.
So it should open up for everybody in about 20 minutes, or depending on what time zone you're in, midnight in your time zone.
Yep. That's when he'll be available tomorrow, which is just like an hour and a half away in my time zone here out in Illinois. So, yeah, I mean, he's fantastic. You know, I really love these classic skins as well that you get. I thought that was a really nice touch. Like, these are super well done. You can even see the screws in the shin guards. It's so cool. Like, you can tell those are baseball catcher's mitts or catcher's shin guards.
Yeah, no, the level of detail is absolutely incredible. I love what they're doing here.
Yeah, it's really well done.
Yeah, it's so true, I think, to what they had in MK2, you know?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You can look at some of those. You can look at some of the behind-the-scenes photos too, and make sure. You posted a picture the other day of Scorpion wearing like a turtleneck. Let's zoom in on his neck and see if that's still the case.
Yeah, so in the render they had showed this turtleneck option, which if I can move it, maybe I can switch up. Let me select this and then go to his cosmetics.
Sorry, I know you're trying to call it a night and go to
no.
bed, but
Absolutely,
Look at that.
we'll do this real quick. So, yeah, still rocking the turtleneck. Absolutely, 110%, guys. He is still rocking it, turtleneck and all. There's a better view of it. Yep. Scorpion bringing back the turtlenecks from the 90s. Got to love
I
it.
think they'll have to rename it now to a Scorpion neck.
Yeah, Scorpion neck. I like it. Awesome. This was a lot of fun, dude. Thanks for joining me, Tabnock. I wanted to do this with you, man, and I'm glad we could do this together.
Dude, no, me too. I'm really glad that you initiated this. Congratulations on getting Shang Tsung early.
Thank you.
I'm glad you got that. That's super cool. Good for you. It should open up to everybody else very soon.
Yep.
And I guess with that, we will call it a night.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for everybody. You know, even some of the people joining me late in the stream, like Malader. This has been going on for like 3 hours now, I think.
Yeah.
So a lot of cool stuff. We've seen everything there is to see about Shang Tsung. We showed all the variation options. We went through the menu so you can kind of get a good look at that stuff. It's all in there. Is there any special move or anything like that you wanted to try to show off tonight, Fatal Cade?
I think we've shown about everything. Honestly, I think we've seen it all.
I think we have too. We look. You showed off both fatalities, right? And shout out to Lone Wolf Productions for getting the button inputs for this Kintaro fatality. And Fatal Cade, you hung in there and you tried everything you could think of to make that brutality happen. That was so cool to see.
Especially when we did it on Kano, yeah, and you could see like the color drain from him. That was really cool.
Yeah, he looks like a pale, soulless husk.
Right.
So they did really good with that. And you did really good as far as doing your part to make sure that the viewers could see everything there is to see about him. Thank you for a great stream. And guys in the chat, everybody, thank you for joining us. You've all been wonderful, great audience. We love you. We will see you at the next stream.
We'll see you for the next one, guys. Thank you so much for hanging in there. Is there anything else, or is that it? I think that's it. Fatal Friday. Fatal Friday happens again Friday. Tavok, do you have any special programs you're running on YouTube people should look out for?
You know, I got a couple ideas. I wanted to do one about the religion and mythology in real world and how it's influencing Mortal Kombat, how the Mortal Kombat team is borrowing from some ideas from religion and mythology. But now I'm thinking that I'm actually going to show off an old fan game from the 90s called Street Fighter Ninja, which is like a crossover between Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
That's amazing.
And it's very difficult to make it run on a modern system, but I did it. I pulled it off. I think I'm one of the only people now who's still playing the game and having it render properly. So I do want to show off some endings and bios there because I think I'm one of the few people who can actually do that. And I guess I've got a couple fires going on in the oven too. So look out for those sometime within the next month.
Absolutely, dude. It's super exciting. I'm looking forward to it, man. Thank you for joining me. You're awesome. Guys, everybody watching, you're awesome. Enjoy Shang Tsung tomorrow. You got a nice little taste of things to come. Till next time, I guess we'll see you later.
Ciao.